Oh, Grimfel's got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, we're
That's what I
live.
heard.
How y'all doing?
Hey!
We are live?
Greetings and salutations,
No.
friends.
Oh,
No,
well,
just continue.
very
Don't worry
well.
about it.
As I was saying, I believe that people should have no right.
Cool.
Yeah, none for anyone.
So, Fireball whiskey and hazelnut coffee creamer, and you put that together.
We are
you
going
make a
to
drink
actually
called-
start the session today in the middle of combat. I am dropping 3 adult dragons to the party.
Hell yeah.
We
Wait,
don't
you
Yay.
mentioned
have...
that. The drink's name is called.
I mean, here's the thing. You do that to our party, I feel like we could still fucking take them.
Is that
Yeah.
a challenge?
I
Yeah.
feel like 3
Maybe.
adult red dragons, we could fucking wreck their shit. I'm real. Anyway,
This is the kind of hubris I have to deal with, folks.
Thank you.
But we are going to, as you can see, we do have a few people here today with us for the session. So we're going to start along with a casual introduction, starting from Aqua, then going to Jason, then going to Novi, then going to Sliver, then going to Yoga Monkey, otherwise known as Foylan. 3, 2, 1, go!
Hello, the name is Aqua and I'm playing Lupus, the elf off the shelf with the gun. I'm also an assassin, well, cause fighter rogue, and a champion assassin. Nice to have you.
Hi, Novikian. I'm going to play Concoda and Dimitri. One is a druid that turns into a dragon. The other one is a wizard. They're easy to tell apart once he gets going.
Was it me next or was it
I don't
Yeah,
really
you're
remember.
next.
I would just say go.
too fast? It was too fast for my adult brain. I'm JJ Sin, sometimes known as Graphical Ronin. I will be playing Van, the human fighter. He's just basically a big himbo that wants to hit things.
Perfect. I'm Silver, also known as Silver Kitchen. I'm the one hosting this stream, and I also made all the art and other cool bits to the stream, so if you want to see my shit, go to my Twitter. I'm playing Kiki, or Kailani Farron, better known as Kiki, our resident warlock, Path of the Old One. The other elf who has escaped the shelf and you cannot put me there.
no one puts Kiki on a shelf.
No.
Hi
no one
there.
puts it up on the show.
Yeah, I am Yoga Monkey, the proud owner and player of Grimthod, the voice in his head that tells him, "Hit it harder, dumbass." He is a half-orc war-color barbarian. If you don't know what a war-color barbarian is, check out our Patreon for all of our subclasses, our custom subclasses.
Except if you're Wizards of the Coast. If you're Wizards of the Coast, you're not welcome.
we don't customize or homebrew anything here. Where's the coast?
I mean,
Yeah, oh, you dirty coast wizard.
Our shit is just... We're just compatible with 5e, but we don't make subclasses for 5e. Don't worry about it.
Definitely
No,
not.
no.
We're not.
Gygax once said that when you homebrew or modified, you can consider it your own work.
Apparently not according to the new OGL, but that's beside the point.
Speaking of moving on from conversations, we are going to be continuing from where we last left off. Repeat.
So, where last we left off, the party had, not so much the party, everybody decided, hey, let's set a plan of what we're doing, and the plan basically boiled down to, you guys go meet the queen, I'm going home. Grimthod and Novi decide to tree stride his entire tribe out of Dodge and get everybody back into Majana. In the way of doing so, we discovered that, shock of all shocks, Durok decided to do a betrayal.
Wasn't surprised actually.
While I wasn't surprised, I was disappointed.
Yes.
That being the case, Grimthod also received a artifact of the orcs, the necklace of 1,000 tusks, or sorry, of 1,000 tails, from his grandfather. One of the most busted ass items I've ever put my eyes onto. It's great. I love it. With that done, as I say, treat stride back to Majana. Upon arrival, we ran into V. V is struggling with his new level of responsibility with the lack of the good dragon boy no longer being around, and he told Grimthod basically that, they'll need to do some politicking and organizing of stuff, but that he understood that Grimthod was kind of in the middle of things in regards to killing Kadev, killing him till he is dead. With all that said, Grimthod gave a rousing, inspiring speech to his people about what they were doing from now on and how the Drew tribe would have to change and adapt to the new world that they were walking into. And I wrote like shit, so no one bought it. That was effectively where we left off.
I see. Well, we also saved Joel. We saw the face stealer.
Yes.
The party actually didn't go see the queen yet. We're going to do all that as a group.
Mm-hmm.
And werewolves.
Oh, and it should also be noted, we did finish off on the rather upsetting note of Oswald getting tortured.
There you go.
Nah, it happens to the worst of us.
You
Well,
almost
and
got
that MFR for messing with my.
That honeycat bought it.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I still, to a certain degree, call bullshit that they could even torture him, considering that would involve getting his helmet off.
Very well.
Well, the face scrubber is involved. It's the face peeler.
Yes, the face peeler's distant cousin, the face scrubber.
Oh, your face is gonna be so clean!
Oh, horrendous. The
Exfoliating gel.
the squeakiest clean business in all of Gavaria. Now, since we have spent enough time, I believe we can resume proper. We return to the world with the gang. I don't recall. Did you return to Ashington after your depart? No, you did. No, that's not where we left
it's a
off.
long rest.
Yeah, you did a
Yeah.
long rest. That was the people that had returned to Magiana, right?
Mhm.
And then there was the other group that had gone to Remparton to get Joel back, one of your friends.
Which we got.
I assume that they have a way to return to you to Magiana in some capacity.
No, we're gonna return to them.
Return to them.
Washington.
Grand,
Yeah.
grand. Okay, we're going to then move time forward as basically you wake up the next day and can make your preparations to leave Magiana. Is there anything anyone wants to do before you leave?
Yeah, no, I think major thing is just let Varric know that if there are any issues involving the orcs, he can just sending Grimthod to, let him know. He might not be able to pop back and do anything about it, but he'll at least keep him informed on what he needs to deal with when he comes back.
Yeah, of course. And as for the rest of you?
Could be teleporting everybody back and also preparing spells.
For
yeah,
certain,
actually,
for sure.
just before we do jump back,
Dimitri will also preparing spells.
quick question for both Novi and Silver. Do either of you feel like talking to V about the vampire thing?
Bella's just going to drop it.
Cool.
The vampire thing?
Don't worry about it.
I am so lost. Oh,
You
That-
went with us to the
don't-
plane of air, right?
the plane of. Oh
Air.
yeah, that. Right.
To be fair, I think only a few people were in that conversation.
I believe Kiki was there for it, though.
I
Was
think
it?
I was there. It's just a lot of have happened since then IRL that I cannot remember this at this very moment.
Yeah, the basic long and short of what Kiki would know as a character is that Corey kind of effectively said that like she remembers hearing about someone like Varric, and when Varric was described to
Right.
her,
Yes, that's
he
a
was
word.
like, yeah, I immediately I know that
yes.
guy, but that guy would be
Yes.
literally thousands of years old. So what the fuck?
The vampire has a great skincare routine.
Just don't worry
Yeah,
about
no, yeah, we're gonna talk about it later because now it's not the greatest time.
Cool. Just wanted to bring it up because
Yeah.
I felt as though some people might have forgotten about that little plot point.
Very
it.
well.
Nope.
So you teleport back to Ashington,
Mhm.
into the city of Remparton,
Well,
No.
not in the city.
outside of the city of Remparton.
Yes.
Well, because I have my troll and I can speak through it,
Well-
we would have been able to establish a place where we meet up. So where do we want to meet back up?
Yeah, I was about to say, do you have a place for us to meet back up? Because I don't remember getting one. So
Yeah. I suppose we could just ask your troll like where's somewhere secluded where we can teleport in without being noticed.
Coda
Question
knows. Why
before.
don't we teleport back to the camp?
Yeah,
Where the other people were at.
That's fair.
I was thinking about that,
Bitch, bitch.
but also, did we talk about where we're going to meet the queen?
Nope.
No,
No, no, cool.
we're gonna teleport back to where the elf dude that's missing, his jaw, arms, and leg,
Yeah.
dignity, pride, the 3 toes on his left foot. That was unrelated to the incident, though.
Did Does everyone know where the secret base was?
I was there.
You were there, but there's the rest of the
I
people.
could possibly get close.
I mean, worst case scenario, we could teleport to the Druid tribe, regroup as a party, and then have Coda just tree stride us to where we need to go for the meetup with the spy.
I mean, it was like only 2-hour way to get there, so it wasn't too bad.
Okay, maybe we could just
Can we
travel. then.
fly?
Yep, we have flying as option. There's options.
Yeah.
But I'd say we probably this
Okay.
first step is regroup at the Druid tribe camp.
Yeah, let's
That's
do that.
done. That's done. That's done. That's gotten. That was really good. Should I prepare the other thing?
That is incredible. Awesome. You can reconvene with the rest of the group without too much trouble. You have more than one way of doing so.
Mhm.
As you do, Joel, who still has not does not have a handout, looks over to the rest of you. You've seen the human rogue in better ways, in better days, in better shapes. The one that he has before you today is the shape of a man who has been through some difficult experiences. Probably, yes. A couple of wounds from his previous ordeals are not yet fully healed. And he does seem to be a bit haggard. His breathing is stable, but you do see within his eyes that same glimmer of curious ingenuity you have grown accustomed to Joel always carrying with him. It appears to be a bit heightened, perhaps a bit on alert as he's meeting with the rest of you.
Hey, Shinky Goat. How you doing, mate?
Oh, cool. I'll be doing better once this assignment is done. I am taking a full vacation.
Yeah. Sherlock, I don't know if you've already told Reshuan, but like, what happened?
Ah, yes. We should get directly to business. That's proper. Please, we safe here?
Yeah, for a bit anyway. Like, when they realise that the tribe's gone, they're probably going to come here and fuck shit up, but like, it's going to take them a bit to realise. So this is not going to be a safe spot for very much longer, but it's cool for right now.
As for today,
Joel
we should
nods.
be fine. Not for a week.
Joel nods. Grabs a piece of food and just sits on it and just starts to regale. When we entered into the palace, we were looking for information. That's what we came in first. We were working our way into the more secluded parts of the previous royal grounds, only to find a heavy deal of defense. It appears that even though the ruler of the castle is not present, his soldiers are very much patrolling as if he was. I also had the bright idea at some point to take advantage of a security flaw. I found out that Kagane's personal quarters and his council chambers were not guarded. Now that came as a shock to me because, sure, you have a lot of defense in the palace, but you would have some kind of protection on your own quarters, no? And then it hit me that there must be some kind of minor protection. Definitely nothing major if there are no guardsmen around. Lizelle made the suggestion that it would behoove us to have an insight into Kagane's personal plans, his communication, and anything else that we could use as an advantage against him, as well as the resistance. Well, it turned out that was not the brightest plan. As I entered into the room, I entered there myself alone. I told the others to go around the lower portions of the castle to keep an eye on things and make sure not to blow my cover, as well as try to find anything that could be useful. I didn't give them too much time, unfortunately. I entered into the quarters and I was caught. Not by a man. I was caught by Kagane's pet. I haven't seen a gnoll face to face very close to me. I had the displeasure of doing so. And he was chatty too. He called himself hungry. He's very dull. But he realized I was not staff. We scrapped. Got me right here. He reveals part of his shoulder where a heavy dent has been made and patched up on the flesh, as if a heavy object of metal has blunted him on the side. Three-headed mace. Flail? Not certain. Fucking thing was scary. I had to resort to one of my tricks. Slip powder. Turns out fairy magic still works, even in places as gloom as that. It knocked him out, I want to say, for a couple of seconds. As I was making my escape, unfortunately, he sounded the alarm, and then things went sideways from there. My companions had the displeasure of meeting something far worse than I did, because they got captured first. Because we were separated, I was looking for them. I heard Oswald's voice. He was calling out attention to himself, so I realized he wanted to take... he wanted to draw attention to himself to let us escape as fast as possible. That's what I thought anyway. Then I found Izel. Izel told me that they knew of a way to get out quickly. They had found nothing of use to us, but they had found of a quick getaway in case things went wrong. And they even said to me they expected things to go wrong. I didn't even think that something was amiss. It was a balcony window. We were on the 5th floor at the time. I looked out of the window, and as I was pushed off, I saw Izel's shape shift, change into something else. I didn't see exactly what because I was falling off the window. Now, I was already bruised up, and I won't lie, I didn't feel the impact of the fall. I blacked out for a few moments, and then someone woke me up. I don't know who, because as I was regaining my consciousness, they fled, and then I received a message from you. He looks over towards Yuki. I started legging it towards the nearest safe house within the city. I remembered that the Badger had one operative of the bulwark still probably in position. There are very few undercover agents within the city itself, the ones that have not been already rooted out, so I knew if I messed it up, I could possibly bring more danger to them, but I managed to escape without too much trouble. As for useful information to give, well, I'm afraid that is... afraid that's not exactly much I can offer outside of information as to the general structure of the palace's hallways. Things went bad very quickly.
Great. We don't really have time to go get them at this point, and so let's just hope that they're not killed outright.
Yeah. Kind of looks at Joel and goes, this person, they moved too far. She didn't even get a look at the lock. Saws or anything now?
The one that took his elf shape?
No, the one that helped you.
Oh no, I saw only a green cloak. Long, billowing. I can't. I got a glimpse of something under the hood, but it's. I can't remember what it was. It's honestly disorienting. I was disoriented.
Grimthal kind of like looked at Kiki's like, could you maybe get a clearer look with your stuff?
That sounds kind of like Ashfall.
I mean, yeah, it does a bit, but like, if we saw, oh no, he's got like the staff. That's kind of would be a big obvious thing.
It's just,
I don't know if we have that much time though for that.
By the time I got a glimpse of the figure, they were already halfway through turning a corner. As I mentioned, I was blacked out. I didn't regain my consciousness the moment they healed me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like you said, you met up with like people who were resisting. Yeah.
Correct.
So like, if they wanted to help you, why wouldn't they be with that? Why would they need to like harden stuff? It's weird.
Maybe they're not from the Resistance.
And then why would they help?
Might have just been a good Bavaria.
Maybe.
A third party.
Could be. Either way, that fucking sucks. And I wish we could go get Zell and Oswald right away, but we don't have the power to do that at the moment. We will get caught immediately if we went in.
You know your mate who works for them. Sorry, to Kiki, by the way, as he says.
Yes, the one I made my trial.
Yeah, your mate. He wouldn't be able to maybe like at least.
That's what I said.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to like at least tell us like maybe where they're being like held, like where they are in there. Should we at least like know where to go looking for them?
Well, I tried to get information out of him while he was there, here, and he doesn't know exactly, but I could try to get him to have a look.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he's in there, you can just kind of like, walk around as much as you can, ask questions, maybe figure things out,
Wouldn't that just put a mark on him?
I mean, maybe, but like, is it that big a deal to ask, hey, where are we holding people?
Well, if he gets killed now, it's not too big of a problem to me. I don't think they can trace the magic back to me. I don't think they have any ways to do that. They don't seem so magically advanced. I can definitely ask.
Just a thought. Alright, I guess before that, the job to get them out, or the way to get them out is to talk with this queen lady
Yes.
and
Yes.
try to have a chat with her about what went down. So, I guess after you've had a chat with your mate, we should head over towards meeting with her, yeah?
Yes, and I was also thinking if we get, Kagain either killed or frozen to stone or whatever we're gonna do with him, maybe after that it would be easier to get Isel and Oswald out, since maybe the morale would be a little bit lower, or they would send troops out.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we can look at that later. But here's the thing: if we kill Kagain, then even before we sort out the queen and all that stuff, that puts Urch in charge, and he's not our biggest fan, but he might be willing to at least not torture and kill our friends,
Yeah. But I'm gonna have a chat with my troll, and then we can figure out where to meet with the queen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think to my troll.
Whoosh! Your mind expands and your thoughts drift throughout the plane until they find your thrall. The servant answers. You call to me.
So, there are some people that I'm interested in held captive at the moment. They were found sneaking around the castle. Would you be able to find them?
I will do as you command.
But if somebody's questioning you or asking you to leave, then you are free to do so.
I understand.
All right.
Well, he's gonna get back to me when he knows something.
Right. Cool.
Right, with the queen. We should contact the elf.
Yes.
Her bodyguard.
All right. I've never met them, so you're probably gonna have to do the head talkies.
Oh yeah, that's true. You weren't there.
Yep. Grimthorpe was busy doing chief shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna send a sending to. I can't remember his name, but the elf bodyguard
Well,
of the queen.
his name is important, you know. It's part of the spell's requirements.
No, it's fucking not. Is it? Is it? Hold
It's one of the ways that you can do it, but it's not the only way.
Little does he know, I have his tooth.
His name is... You know his name. His name is Avain Firhel.
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce that either.
He is a vein. He is a
Surprisingly,
thing
not
you
very-
have in your arm.
Yeah, surprisingly not very vain
Yes.
himself.
Man.
You cast sending.
I do cast sending. I should probably think this beforehand, but no, we're just gonna go for it. Where shall we meet with the queen? Time is of the essence for us. That's it.
Now he can respond to you telepathically.
He can.
The voice that answers is not the same voice that you heard coming from the man when you first met him. It's a lot more pleasant.
Oh.
Ah! Wild iron!
You go to war.
Oh no,
You're
no, you
welcome.
guys have a place.
I
You're
did
welcome,
ask
everybody.
you to do the uwu voice, but maybe not for this one.
Shut.
And that's how the core got blasted with meteor, right?
You hear a response
It was-
telepathically as the elf answers your message. Our people are moving into position. The queen has agreed to a meeting. Come where the handiwork of your endeavor was performed. The windmills.
Oh, that's actually exactly 25.
So he says the windmills. Do we remember windmills from that fight?
A lot, like it was here where everything went
Yeah.
down.
Does anybody remember there being windmills around
Oda
there?
just sits over there and like, this is what I've been fucking saying. Just fucking tell me what you want. And I can get it.
Any windmills?
But no. People
There
gotta
were
be...
no- There were no windmills within the encampment, no.
What about out towards
I mean, there's a whole ass field right next to it. So like,
Yeah, what
do
about
you
out
see
towards
any
the field
windmills?
is what I'm thinking.
Oh, there's plenty of windmills there, yeah.
Now, before we leave, are there any windmills in Kasan? Were there any windmills
Or
in
in
Kasan?
Bugalier, because that's where the secret
Make
map was.
a history check.
Okay.
Cool. Roll
I
20
can make
is so
this with
slow. Hold
Dimitri.
Roll 20. Hello, hello. Answer to me.
27. 20. So 27. Roll 20 said no. Actually, I think.
I need to reload
Okay.
it. Hold on.
Well, one was for Kassan, and the other one's for Bunclair.
Yes, I am witnessing with my eyeballs. I'll say you don't remember windmills in Bouclier. You didn't explore that town. Cass and you were there for a long time. You did not notice any large buildings such as windmills dominating the rest of the structures of the settlement.
These people better be lucky I don't have sending.
Gribba kind of like turns to Joel and so, yo, do you know if there are any windmills near that camp up north?
I'd waste all my spell slots until these people just tell
which
me what the
camp?
fuck you want. Stop, pigs. Butter, 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 butter.
Mother.
I mean, they should stop being so. Well, this isn't even fake. This is just them trying to put poetry into interactions. They suck at it.
Old 20 is fucking dying on me.
Oof.
I can't open my shelf.
No.
Oh no!
No.
By the
Quickly
way,
shift us up.
I this might be a stupid question, but like, did we ever get it established what the difference was between the brown roads or the like black brown roads and the red roads were on the map?
Oh, actually, good point. No, we didn't.
No, sure. You would know this. No, without much trouble. The brown roads are main roads. Particularly roads that have been made for travel by trade routes. The red roads are actually roads that have been created recently by the Gavarian Empire for the purposes of communicating between, for the most part, the encampments surrounding the region of Washington.
So
Why not just
originally,
go there?
yeah.
They went like that.
Well, far aside from
That?
that, well, here's the thing. That makes sense for linking up the castle, but this implies that before they invaded Eshington, there were no roads to Scarscale Keep.
No, not really.
That is
Scarscale
amazing.
Scarscale Keep is not a keep that was present in Washington. Can you make me a history check?
Oh shit!
All
well,
of
I
you.
mean, I'm Grimthought, but
All of you can.
I will
Yeah,
just
nice.
roll it with my actual dice because. Fuck
Yes,
Fantastic.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a
Grant?
-1.
-1, 24. Grimthought. To answer Grimthought really quickly. Grimthought. That you're looking at it. That keep. They must have been walking the way there.
Yes, obviously.
There's no other way. Either that, or they lived in the woods.
So in Grimthought's mind, it's like, whoever built that castle really wanted to be alone.
Van, you don't not certain why. It seems like this castle is just in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, so it's who knows why.
Oh,
He just
Uh,
assumes it was some kind of a committee decision.
Elder
It takes me
Blast.
5 minutes
is-
to
so
load
is
a load
Lupus.
of thing.
Uh,
Great.
20 fails. You're not certain
Really?
why. It doesn't make sense. Yes, 22 succeeds.
Man.
Well,
But,
good thing
yeah,
I got a 24.
Correct.
Yeah.
Scarscale Keep is actually one of the few occupied by mortal hands moving castles. It was once a giant castle that used to fly around Verks until the Empire managed to send a large squadron of dragoons and conquered it. Since then, Scarscale Keep is a moving castle that the Empire plops in behind the front lines to provide protection for its own troops. For the purposes of understanding things, it's a flying castle.
Okay, so hear me out.
We take it.
Yeah, we need to steal that.
It's like we
That's
didn't
for
get a
the
flying
army,
ship.
but for
Well, I
ourselves.
agree.
We didn't get a flying ship, but
Like,
we could get
this
a
is
flying
how you-
keep. That's cool.
Yes.
Like, this is how you rock up into the tournament. You fly on your castle into the tournament.
And the first giant monster we see, we ran.
Yes.
Land on it. Land on it.
So, okay,
Glad we
Add
get
that
a
to
pl-
the
have-
docket of objectives. Steal that castle. Just take
Let's
it.
put it in.
Ours now.
Type it out in group loot.
We are
Could
mobile.
Coda roll insight for, like, are they clearly
best
talking
plan.
about the field windmills?
Sure.
Alright. Let's see. That's a 21.
You're pretty sure they're not talking about the field windmills. The ones.
They're
God.
not, they're
Damn
not
it.
talking about those. Okay.
They're talking with a 21. You can guess they're talking probably about the ones by the river.
Oh, like this one here.
Are there? Wait, is there windmills like somewhere along this? Like, or like
No,
what
no.
fucking windmills
I
is
think-
this
I think-
person talking about?
I think
So
I think something-
these are the field windmills when I say field windmills.
Oh, then
I
yes.
thought they were
Okay.
wind spires.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Coda will be like, alright, cool, I know where to go.
Oh, that's good. All right. Do you want to do tree or do you want to do like turn to clouds? Which way we want to go?
We also do have horses.
Yeah.
How long?
Up to you.
Do you feel like we're going to need it? Tree or cloud later, or do you need those spell slots later?
Always use them. It's just determined when we need them.
How many horses do we actually have?
Enough for the whole party.
Yeah, that's true. We established that last time that it was enough for everybody in the party.
Okay.
Yeah. By the amount of people I shot dead.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
there was a lot of them. That's true.
No,
it
the
would
one
take us
thing
like an hour or two to get by horse.
I will also note that we would have to ride across the plains because otherwise we'd be taking the main roads directly towards Ramparton, and no.
Yeah, no, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah,
So
so
it's just sitting there thinking, like, probably if someone else
We
could
do
prepare
have-
teleportation, that would be generally wonderful.
True. We also do have a bunch of spare armor that we can put on.
True, we've already enacted that plan once. We might as well reuse the plan if it worked the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Give me a moment. Oh, shit.
So yeah, let's put on the soldier costumes and start riding.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Lupus.
After a session of preparation, with a 20 on the check, yeah, I think you will be able to move through the streets without being recognized easily. No, besides, no one is going to be looking for a crew of. Let me roll d6 here. Traveling carpenters.
We're the
soldier
Carpentry Guild.
costumes? Sure.
Yeah, Imperial War Carpenters. There it is.
And
Oh,
I
we're
was
the guys.
looking for dancers.
We're the guys who construct forts. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you specifically put on the costumes as best as you can. Probably no one is gonna question why you're traveling around now that you are properly masqueraded.
All right.
So,
And
you begin to move.
yep, we head towards the remains of Camp Karag.
Do
Oh,
we need to take the road? Should we just go through the fields?
Yes, we're going through the...
Because we're going there. Why would we go all the way here?
Ah, very well. You go through the plains.
Mhm.
Can one of you just roll me d20 for a random encounter?
Will do. Boop.
Roll.
7.
Well, maybe. I don't know. That's a
7.
number.
Dragon. And then
Give me a
Gaveri
moment.
is going to be like, what the fuck? Why is there a dragon here?
You just summon it through your sheer protagonism. Sure. Very well. As you're moving through the open plains, I'm assuming you're starting at the beginning of the day, or are you waiting for nightfall to arrive, in the middle of the night to your designated spot?
I suggest probably beginning of the day. They didn't give us a time.
Yeah, they
give us
didn't. That
time, so let's.
I did
No,
say
they didn't want
time
to
is
take
of
the
the
extra
essence.
words. They just want to take the words of meet us by the windmill.
Yeah,
I could
so
have asked them to be more specific, but no, I had plenty of words to use.
I mean, also
Oh,
just
great.
spell slot maintaining. So I'd say,
Yeah.
going early so that we're there and waiting for them kind of thing makes sense.
Sure. As you're making your way through, you hear loud stomping. In the distance, you see traveling down on the road a gang of about 7 or so Cyclops giants.
Huh.
Each of them appears to be bearing heavy, long plates of dark metal armor. The symbol of the Gavarian Empire has been emblazoned in the tabards they bear on their chests.
Good thought, kind of like turned over. So, do we just wait for them to polish and then head towards the road?
Yeah.
I suppose.
Sure.
They notice us?
They do, and they seem to be going towards your direction.
Oh, okay. To come this way.
Should we just go towards the road? Or are they between us and the road?
No, they're on the side.
Yeah,
Like, they're coming at you from, like, in this direction.
Okay.
tell you
From
what,
the river, from the riverside.
why don't we move towards the road lot? Hang on. Oh, jeez. Why don't we move towards the road lot this way? And if they get in our way, then we can chat to them. But otherwise, we just act like we're just heading towards the road, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Joel, you should take the front.
I should. Okay.
That might be a bad idea.
Do you
Well,
want to talk to them?
I mean, you're probably the best one at lying, right?
I was going to point to Lupus.
Well, there is a. Yeah, I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to speak giant.
Oh, right.
I actually
oh,
can.
hang on. What about the things we got? The things that let us talk to people in the language and stuff.
Oh, I gave
Yeah,
mine to
but-
Isel.
Who's still got one?
I still have mine.
Alright, then you do the talking then.
I feel like this is gonna be worse than it.
By this
but-
point, the group of giants has stopped moving towards you, and one of them approaches you. They were about like 60 feet away. They have stopped about 40 or so, and one of them approaches your group.
Huh?
Does any of you speak giant?
I do.
Impressive. You hear the giant speak to all of you as he's going,
Wow.
"Good evening, little soldiers. I have question."
Yes, hello, let me translate this. He has a question for us.
Alright.
Cool. Ask away.
Sure, what is it?
Do you know where the road is? We got lost.
Right over here.
Oh, yes, we're also headed towards the road.
Oh, Grimthorn points, just like with everyone else, realizing, oh, we're at the road. Hey, here. Tell them they can travel with us, and we'll lead them to the road.
You can come with us and we can lead you towards the road.
Okay. He does the others, and the giant says, "Hey, we found the road!" And the others, like, come up on him. It's like, "You find nothing, stupid. What do you find? You found people. Do people know the road? Do they know the way? They know the way to road. Oh, there it is. They know the way to road." And you
They
see
know
one
the way.
smack him across the back of the head, like, "Dumb. Next time I lead group. How could you lose road when road is on feet?"
We
know the way
to the queen.
Yeah, Grimthorn's like looking up with them, just kind of like, yeah. I'm glad they kind of understand. The kid just leans over towards Van and just goes like, "I'm glad they kind of understand what I'm saying, because like, I'd feel really bad about fighting these guys. They seem nice."
At this point, you see like one of them
Yeah.
reach over to a backpack and take out an entire goat's leg and start chewing on it. see one another go like, "Oh, no waiting on the road! We're not on the road yet!"
They seem friendly enough. Can I still make sure that they're actually just lost and not trying to?
Yeah, make an
Some
insight
weird
check,
shit.
sure. Read their expressions.
I feel like they're
They're
fine.
on us.
It's
They
just like,
deserve to succeed.
oh fuck! It's not. I'm just gonna roll it normal. That's a 2 to a
Grand.
something. Plus 7.
They seem earnestly lost.
Cool.
And you all move towards the road without too much trouble. As you're approaching the road, the giants basically, the moment they reach the road, one of them goes like, "See? Road! I knew we would get there! No, you didn't! You got us to river, and then forest, and then plains! They got us on road! Say thank you!" In broken common, the Cyclops turns to you. "Hate you!"
What?
Hate you.
They don't. Yeah, they
Did
seem
he
like
just
the-
get insulted?
You're welcome. Vic gives him a thumbs up.
The
Okay.
giant nods as you give him the thumbs up and gives you a long smile, and leans back up.
Then pardon is that way. We'll be on our way now. Have a nice day.
Okay. Bye. And you see the giants like start talking to one another about what path they should go down to, and you continue on your way.
Grimthar is just riding away. He's just like, I remember when I was that bad at Commons.
I mean, yeah.
Look how far you've gone.
He can almost do the alphabet.
He's
Almost.
almost got some of the letters, but like the major thing is like he's
Yeah.
like, I remember when I couldn't say thank you.
I mean, one
Oh,
thing.
is that what he was saying?
I mean, one
But-
thing, Grimtot. When you two start taking care of your clan, you should probably hire an educator for common.
Oh no, most of them know Commons. They're like about off and off. I'm just really bad at it. No, I didn't properly learn Commons until I left my tribe and I found Brox. And like he's a really good teacher, but like I could not get my head around Commons when I was a kid.
Well, if any of your tribe wants to learn it, there are some. We can teach them in the orphanage.
Oh yeah. Oh, they could go to your school too.
Well, I suppose some of them could, yeah.
We honestly should move on.
Oh yeah, let's keep going.
We're riding and talking.
Look at just Grimthon's tribe turning up to the Magic Academy, just like, we want to learn.
Now throw the book at him. Bah. Well, you know what? I like your style. Actually, throw the book at him.
Yeah.
Just turning up in full war paint, just like, we've come for your knowledge.
I would honestly accept them in open arms. I don't care whatever the other faculty thinks. They can't stop me.
I've got tenure.
Making your way up to the remnants of the encampment, you come upon a ruin.
Yay!
I wonder what happened here. I wonder what
You-
happened here.
You see
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
fuck off. Long gashes into the earth, like gaping wounds, have been cracked across the ground. Many of the camp's tents, sort of like are stuck halfway through the falling portion into the ravines that have been made. What you didn't ponder if they would be present here are people, because you noticed some people. Groups of civilians on the edges of the encampment grounds. A couple of Gavarian soldiers seem to be standing close to the group. It's further away from the river. It's actually close to the road itself. And the group is not very big. It's about like 20 to 30 people. All of the people that are present here wear gray to black clothing. Most of them wear simple clothing. Some of them wear a bit more expensive-looking costumes. All of them seem to be grieving as what appears to be a hooded figure with a long white, bleach white skull mask seems to be giving a eulogy to the dead. What you recognize quickly as a necromancer.
Cool.
Sox was here, we would just kill him.
Yes. Could I, as we're approaching, do a perception check just to see, like, if there... we know about the windmills up here, but, like, if there are any additional windmills around the camp that I can catch eye of?
Sure. Go right ahead.
Perception. I said perception. 11.
11. Not immediately close to the encampment. Most of the windmills are actually pretty entrenched into the fields for the purposes of maximizing the yield of space. You want a windmill every couple acres of land to be close enough so that resources can be grinded like wheat into flour properly, yet still not far away between each windmill so that it is a hassle to travel.
Just like look at everyone and be like, all right, we probably need to like go in past that and past the camp. Anybody got an idea for like an excuse for like why we're going up towards the windmills?
To make repairs.
Do we
Sorry?
actually need one?
Aren't we supposed to be carpenters? Shouldn't we be like
Oh!
making repairs?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect. Yeah, when I'm fact and we need to repair. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, that works. Right, well, let's try to give kind of nods towards the funeral, kind of like, let's try to give that some space. Yeah.
Respectfully pass it.
You respectfully pass it. As you do, you see one soldier like looks towards you as you're approaching, looks to the other guy, gives him a signal, the other guy nods, and the soldier approaches you. Just one soldier. In Givarian, in the Givarian tongue of common, he says, good day. Hello. The grounds are closed. Why are you here?
The only person who can understand and respond right now is Lucas.
Yep.
We're
You
screwed.
got this, buddy.
Lupus just pulls a gun.
That's... We're here to just check if any of the damage spreads to the windmill.
Of course, you may pass.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Do you need? You probably will need protection. How long are you going to be working? I need to stay here at the procession, but if you're going to remain for a long time, I should accompany you. There have been rumors of rebellious cutthroats that have been causing damage, and I would hate for valuable members of the workforce to be endangered. I could call one of the necromancers at work to keep an eye on you if you would like.
And we can protect ourselves, and I think they're more needed here.
Oh, forgive me. I neglected the badge positions. And as he looks at your stations, did any of you take any rank above soldier, like above the standard badge of recruitment?
You know what? Yeah,
Probably wouldn't.
Dakota would have.
Oh, we have a bunch of high-ranking people then. Fantastic.
Great.
You see, like realize that and go death pale. His eyes bulging out of his skull as he's looking at the badges. Deepest apologies. You please proceed.
Thank
As
you.
you're walking in, you hear in the background like, "Holy shit, dude! They were like 3 of the highest-ranking members of the military here. They're carpenters."
I mean, it's also fair. I'm not going to tell this guy what to assume, but like, it's possible that there's a couple carpenters and then a police entourage for the aforementioned threats he just brought up.
Give me your wood. We are here for your wood. Give it.
I'ma beat
The
the
rest
wood
of
right
us-
out of them trees.
The rest of us just like nod and smile our way through. Nod and smile.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. You
I
make your
think
way
both
in.
sides sort of like that.
I do have to ask, as we're moving through the camp here, we only got like a tiny glimpse of how much damage that force, that like soul force cannon from the golem did. What does it look like as we're moving through the
Yeah.
camp and seeing the
course.
end result of that?
It isn't very visible from the outside, but as you're walking through, you can find the heavy damage indeed, because part of the floor takes glass-like qualities, becoming more and more darkened and solidified at the center of the blast. It's about a 300 to 500 foot radius of glass that originates from the point where you were. And when I say glass, I mean full-on transmutation from dirt to glass, not sand. Parts of the encampment that were part of, like, let's say, that segment are completely destroyed, leaving nothing but a sheen, clean surface behind. You can see that from the distance. In addition, for those of you who have proficiency in the Arcana skill, I would like you to make an Arcana check.
Oh, let's go.
Also, I don't fully remember who took
Jeez,
that
Silver literally went old there.
Yeah.
blast. Who took the blast?
21.
I can't quite remember. Was it Van?
Van did, yeah.
Oh my god, Van took a blast that like turned the floor into glass.
Yep.
That is ridiculous.
Yep.
And there's just a crater of earthquakes on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have did that one.
How much did you roll, Kiki?
21.
I was grounded, it just
Wow.
passed through me.
And
in the
21 for Dimitri. As you're looking through, there's a very powerful, distorted presence in the air that you can recognize as dead magic. The entire area where the explosion took place is devoid of magical energy. Not only devoid, it is actively degenerating. You're pretty sure if you were to stick too close into the origin of the blast radius for an extended period of time, your own magical connection would be severely hampered, if not disrupted, or maybe even destroyed, if you were to be present for a long period of time.
I don't like
Yeah.
this feeling.
What you like?
It feels
Yeah,
like,
it feels.
like the connection to the magic is disappearing.
Oh, like what Wheelie Goach praying like his what was it Tank did when I like was fueling it, when I was like giving it I was helping him out with it. Remember I grabbed the crystal and it like zzzt out of me.
Well, I would
don't-
remember, but I wasn't there.
That crystal was malfunctioning, don't forget. Well, it was damaged and incomplete.
Yeah, but like it it also I think sucked my magic out. I think that's what I was doing, right?
It was damaging your connection to your magic.
Yeah. So I guess that's the same thing, right?
Yeah, but on a
Maybe.
worse, more permanent scale.
Right.
Can't believe I slept through that.
I do love the idea that like everybody else in the tank just like fell asleep as Grimthon was there screaming in pain, having his magic sucked out of him.
Oh, God.
Lewis wasn't talking about the tank, he was talking about the
Oh, the fight.
explosion.
Explosion.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fair. You did do that.
Yep. In the distance, you can also see a necromancer, a member of the House of War. He's currently in the process of stacking bodies into carts. You see a selection of undead are aiding him. Some of the bodies appear to be from this encampment as they bear heavy damage on them.
Interesting that he chose House of War, not House of Death.
I said House of War? That was my bad. House of Death.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Thank you for catching that. That was a mistake.
Yeah. No. That was me legitimately going. Oh, this necromancer made an interesting choice in his career path. He went, yes, no, I do necromancy, but for war.
We should also find a
An
spot outside the
unconventional
camp
career.
and remove these outfits.
Are you sure? Because if even if we're meeting with the other people, if people see us, they might think, oh shit, that's them. We should get them, kind of thing.
Well, when we get to the fields.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah, I suppose.
I
I'm
mean,
not heading back to
do-
that camp anyways.
That's fair. We can do tree
Fair.
or cloud.
we could also just remove our helmets.
Yeah. All right. On we go.
You move on towards the fields. Entering into the fields of wheat, you come across some relatively still very healthy grains before you. A promising yield.
How
Uh,
heavy is, or how dense, I guess, is this field?
All quiet. It blocks vision.
Is this
The walls
some
of
kind
wheat.
of fantasy wheat? Because wheat doesn't grow that tall.
No, it's
No,
a
not
cornfield.
tall. It's not exactly tall. It is rather tall. And for the record, it's not all corn either. It is a combination of different.
Yeah, but essentially it's like a
Yields.
cornfield maze.
Yes, it's a there is corn, there is wheat, there is tomatoes. There's plenty of different fruits and vegetables.
So
that
they
you
have
can
a big
grow.
lump of knob, huh?
That's a
Mm.
weird
have
ass
the juice?
field.
For what matters, it does seem to have some kind of protection on it. It does seem to glimmer every now and then. You can make an Arcana check if you desire to look into it more.
Sure.
Why not?
18.
29.
Oh my
Let's
god,
go.
Dimitri.
Both of you realize that these crops are blessed by some kind of agricultural process. Magical process. For the purposes of making the yield resistant to the elements. With a natural 20, Dimitri will also realize that there's an additional blessing upon these crops that makes them also grow faster.
Ah, they had a druid in.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Basically, yeah, you can guess that the fucking plant growth is cast here.
Well, if we're in a dense area that we can't see, then people can't see us.
You do notice hallways have been carved through the crops and specifically gated by fences for the purposes of people moving.
Are there any signs of, the resistance?
Make a perception check as you're moving around.
Sure. 16.
You can see
27.
the distance. Impressive. You can see the distance one of the windmills. As you're moving through with a 16 and with a 27, you will both be able to come into notice of a nearby farmer. And the farmhand in particular does not appear interested in you initially until it notices that your helmets are off. At which point, with a 27, I'll say, Coda, you see the farmhand turn to the side and give a quick hand wave motion to someone who is better hidden from view, further away into the crop. What you see as a crouched soldier who scurries away.
Okay.
Is that a
Sounds
good scurry
good.
or a bad scurry?
I mean, it's time to take off the helm.
Yeah, let's drop our disguises. Worst case, we have a fight. We, use this
Only-
cornfield to our advantage.
Yeah.
Very well. You start taking off your disguises, and it takes you some time. As this happens, you see the farmhand actually approach you. Good evening. Guten Tag.
What?
Hello.
Is he speaking in Gavarian or in
He's
Tom?
cycling through all of his languages, I think.
Yeah.
Hello.
Just say hi. How are you? And then
Hi. How are you? Hi.
Thank you.
Frickin' Zeorkish.
I've had
Uh,
enough.
in broken Orcish, he goes French butter.
That's
What is
enough.
even French?
He says French, but Gunther goes like it replies in Orcish, just like close enough.
I mean, at that point, what is French in this world?
Who knows? The farmhand goes, "You seem a bit. You do not seem to be Imperial citizens."
No, we're
No.
not. We're here to. Well, we're
Well,
here to
do
meet
some
someone.
things.
Do some things.
Mhm.
Meet someone.
Maybe you've heard of us. We're kind of the people that did points back to camp. That
Maybe. Do you have a name that you're going by?
Glorious
Glorious
Scouts.
Goats.
Oh yeah, I've heard of you. Yeah, you wanna go meet my pops? He's waiting by the windmill.
Which one?
That one. One's the nearest windmill.
GG then.
Thank you.
Who was your friend there?
My friend?
Yeah, the one you sent away.
Oh, a friend of the family. Mayhaps you should ask Pops about it. He'll be able to fill you in better.
Thank you.
I'll go back to work now. He
Got
starts like idling in the field.
Doing whatever NPCs do best, I guess.
Returns to his casual farming animation.
Yes.
He's trying not to give away anything for information-wise. So let's head on.
Exchange.
You approach the windmill, and as you do, at the base of it, you see the same soldier code that you saw scurrying away, coming out and pointing in your direction, and you see the visage of an elven man with one hand missing, below, just above below the elbow. You know him, the captain of the guard, of the royal guard, looks towards you with recognition. And you see about 10 more soldiers that are idly sitting by. A couple of them are keeping a watch down the path that you came through. But for the most part, they seem to have occupied this windmill. The soldier that speaks for the captain speaks up. All right, good day. We were expecting you actually a bit later, but you've come really quickly. All things considered. Welcome. This is the furthest away point of the of the resistance movement's first stops. We have occupied this windmill, and soon we're going to have some welcome guests from the coalition joining us.
Oh,
What
cool.
is that?
Oh, you've never
I
heard
feel
of the
like
coalition?
I feel like I should, but I have not heard of it.
Oh, no worries. Coalitions are basically it's the merchant coalition of the Quicker Front, otherwise known as the Coalition for short. Our queen has been residing within coalition grounds to protect herself, and she has carried quite a few favors from their wealthiest merchants. In fact, she has won the heart of one of the merchant barons of the region, who should be actually joining us for the planning stages. Nevertheless, they should be arriving here by nightfall, coming down the barge. But until then, I thought you wanted to discuss things in somewhere more private, and also have a meeting with Her Highness.
Yes.
She will be arriving closely shortly, once the sun has reached the zenith. If you want to, we can stay in the windmill, play poker. If you're down for that. And then the captain like puts a hand on his shoulder and goes, "Oh, sorry, no playing during the watch. You can just come in, wait a bit, I suppose."
Joe, sounds good.
Sounds
That's
wonderful.
fair.
Do you have tea?
Tea? We got water, if you want.
Do you have beer?
Beer?
Oh, wait, man, I can provide it myself.
Oh, sweet! And you see the captain, like, shake his head disapprovingly, and whisper something to the soldier. "Oh, right, sorry. No drinking on the job. Especially not when we are expecting the highness. Gotta be all proper and respectful now." You do.
Right.
There's no need to make an insight check. You do see that his spirits went down a bit at the loss of the...
The
Of
prospect
drink.
of beer.
Oh, yeah.
There will be plenty to drink when Ashington is returned to you.
Oh, imagine the celebrations.
Mm.
All right,
No, no.
I'll go fetch some chairs for you lads. And lady.
No, that's Kiki.
Oh yeah.
She was doing all the head talkies.
Head talkies?
Yeah, you know, when you're talking to someone else's head.
It's over.
Oh!
Don't-
I didn't even
don't.
notice you weren't moving your lips.
Sure. Yeah, let's go with that.
It's good, isn't it? I could do it too.
You should
Over-
just take off
ah.
your helmet next time.
Oh. Bloody weird that is. Forgiveness, sorry. My eyesight isn't exactly that great. Nevertheless, let me fetch you some chairs.
Alright, we'll mount off our horses, tie them up, and join them in the window, I guess.
Dimitri, look, about how many hours do we think the queen will be here?
The captain of the guard points to his with his fingers in his one good hand. 3.
Okay.
Well,
That's it.
Dimitri will keep note of that, and
That's
then in 2 hours and 49 minutes, I will ritually cast telepathic bond.
Nah.
Sure thing.
Could also
Time
detect the
passes.
pool. Yeah, hey, Joel, do you want me to look through your memories to maybe see who helped you?
I don't know what you would be able to see. Does it require me remembering the figure? Because I myself can't.
yeah, but your
Well, we
eyes.
can-
I think it
can
try.
It actually might.
Sure. Can you give me a persuasion check actually with advantage?
Sure. Let's see if the roll 20 works. Fucking no, we're gonna get a persuasion at some point.
At some point, it will click in.
At some point.
Don't worry.
I got that one, not 20. Let's go.
Wow.
So that's a
Wow.
30.
30.
I'm gonna fly away.
Joel nods and sheepishly goes this. Just try not to peer into anything too private.
Oh, no. You can just... you can plug me out at any point. Ah, there we go.
Wait, can we see Joel's first date?
I don't think that's tactically necessary.
But it'd be fun.
It'd be fun. Yeah.
For
do
you,
not
not for me.
You do not have to show me anything.
So it went bad. You've already told me everything I needed to know.
Oh, just get the memory out of my head, please.
I'm starting to cast Detect Thoughts.
Looks at Joel in a very sympathetic fashion.
Yeah.
Joel
Grimthal
looks back,
pats him on-
nodding.
Grimthal pats him on the shoulder. Like, don't worry, I've never been on a date.
Really? That is surprising, as Kiki draws the memory from Joel's head.
If we keep this up, she's gonna get the date memories.
No,
We
I'm
don't think
casting
about the
Detect
date.
Thoughts. I am not taking his memory on his fucking date to my library, okay?
Sure thing. You draw out the spell, and the memory is wrapped nicely into a spectral tome.
No, not that. The other one. Jed.
Oh, you're going into his head.
Yeah, there's one.
Then as Joel goes, that's surprising, Grimthot. Looking at you, I imagined a lot of ladies would slam. He slammed just unconscious in front of you.
What the
Why
fuck?
is he unconscious? What the fuck?
As the spell takes effect, he has entered his own palace of memories.
Is that how this works?
No, normally not.
What was he rage all along?
Man, this is one powerful level 2 spell.
Grimthal
And
kind
give
of
him a pillow to set his neck on.
No,
and
you
be
didn't
like,
cast. No, sorry. You cast detect thoughts. That happened. That's fine. You're casting Kiki's Palace of Memories, no?
no,
No.
detect all.
No,
Detect Thoughts.
Yeah, you can. Oh, forgiveness. I thought you were casting. Sorry.
No, I keep saying Detect Thoughts.
My bad. I didn't hear it. Rewind into that. Looking into his memories.
Is that King or Queen? What's he doing?
Yattaso! Yattaso!
I hate
Looking
you
into
all.
his thoughts, you can see his surface thoughts are, holy shit, Grimthal has not been on a date? How?
Joel, I need
He's
you
so-
to focus. I need you to
He's
focus.
like,
What happened
he's
when
so
you escaped?
he's so pretty. Do I have feeling for Grim Thought? Oh, that's a weird train of thought.
Oh no. It's like you actually just from the surface thought you get the understanding of how has Grimthor not been on a date? Oh well, one day, big guy. Or someone's going to be very lucky to be your companion. Oh right, change the thought course.
Yes, I
Think
can
about.
read your thoughts currently. Please
Oh,
focus.
okay. Yes, I will. Joel clears his mind, and letting you into his thoughts, he begins to remember that night, the endeavor. You see what he sees. His eyes slowly open. His surroundings are blurry, and a ringing is faintly audible in his ears. As he's looking around, through his memory, you feel pain on your upper torso, where the rib section is to the right side of your body. Breathing is heavy and hard. You are not sure what to focus on first. The figure that is turning the corner a few feet away from you, or the horrible pain you feel on your legs, left arm and right side of the torso. But you do catch Joel looking up at the figure, where you see part of his cloak that is turning the side of the corner, and part of the head that is barely visible. It is completely darkened out by the edge of his vision that is also just simply darkened out. He could not have made the face of the individual because he was not properly awakened at the moment. He was still recovering from being knocked out by falling.
Let's try to go back a little bit when you were pushed down.
The memory fucking unravels backwards as he's falling to the ground. You hear a sharp rewind as he is standing over the side of the window, looking downwards. Before that, you hear Izel's voice saying, look out of the window. There should be a large hay bale stack down at the bottom. Try to aim for that. And then him going to the edge of the window and going, I don't think a hay bale stack will. And that was when a powerful, forceful push just knocked him forward. He's strong enough to force his entire upper torso out, and his legs giving way behind him. He couldn't even hold onto the window edges to stop himself from falling.
Did you get any sort of look to this person?
As the vision of Joel is falling, he does look up to the window, and the figure seems to step out towards the window. You see the face of Izel halfway through morphing into Joel's figure.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, good to know they have those kinds of creatures as well.
And then you see in the memory Joel slamming down on the floor and him wincing in real life, like, ooh.
Yeah, nope, that sucks as much as it's the first time around.
Then his thoughts move a bit. You see him in the hallway, making his way into the room after meeting Izel. He's trying to remember, like, how could I not have seen this happen? How could I be so dumb and thought that the first person I see, of course, it's Izel making their way out of trouble. I should have realized. But how? There was nothing that could give it away. I was so focused. Damn.
Don't worry about it, Joel. We'll get them out.
Can you stop reading my mind, please, now? With all due respect, filling you in my head is not exactly the nicest of sensations.
It's about to stop anyways. It only lasts a minute.
All right.
Grim stares off into the middle distance, just goes, you get used to it.
Well, yeah, there used to be a time where I couldn't talk, so I would only be able to speak to their minds. But, you know.
Now, Detect Thoughts is not just a singular person, is it? when it comes to reading surface thoughts. You can also
No, I can kind of feel everyone around
Yep.
me.
perfect. You feel the thoughts of the surrounding soldiers as well. Whether you want or no, you can choose to block them out.
I can, but I won't because I'm curious bastard.
Well, you might immediately because you just go like hearing a couple of the voices go like, "Oh, you've seen the elf over there. That one. Oh, that's a pretty lass. That one. Shit."
I cringe immediately. I look uncomfortable.
Yeah, you see a couple of you see in the distance a couple of naval soldiers, clearly mercenaries from the coalition. Just look like they were looking at you already. The moment you look at them, one of them goes winks at your direction, gives you a half smile, and immediately you feel your heart cringe in response.
Is there pillars, not rafters almost in this thing?
Building in the windmill, yeah.
I was just gonna do some pull-ups, I guess, at this point. Just gotta buy time.
A couple of other distant thoughts, stray thoughts as you catch it holy shit, that guy is built like a brick shithouse.
Lubus is practicing his sword swings extremely fast.
Well,
Just-
since we have time, I guess we.
Van's
I
doing
continue
burpees.
Teaching.
Oh yeah. Which I wanna try a new letter. I wanna see if I can pick up another one. If you want to give it a go.
Sure.
Right.
For the record, you don't catch any stray thoughts from the captain.
Oh,
Cool.
interesting. Yeah, Gribdod wants to learn. Let me see now. He wants to learn the letter V.
Yeah. We had a thing for teaching, right?
I think it's
Hold on.
basically a combined I roll int and you roll int as well kind of thing. If memory
Yeah,
serves.
we also had a teaching perk, intellectual.
Ah, right.
You can only use it once, but yeah.
Alright, intelligence check. Here we go.
Intelligence.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh no! I rolled a 3.
I've been rolling like shit
Hmm.
all night.
So you
That's a
begin
6.
your textbook lessons. Unfortunately, it's a very good day outside, Grimthought. Being indoors and studying. Damn, it's a shame. You hear a couple of people outside doing arm wrestling. Some of the soldiers to pass the time. You see a couple of them just have fun discussing. You're trying to focus on the lesson really hard. You really are. The lesson does not stick.
Yeah.
You're getting distracted.
After about the first hour, Gribdod just looks up to Kiki and just goes, I've forgotten everything we just talked about.
You know, maybe we should pick up this next time.
Yeah.
As time passes, a couple of boats begin to make their way down the river. And these boats appear to be quite well manned and hidden from common sight, as most of them are covered by tarps. Very long boats that serve for the passenger of the many troops inside. As they are emerging, you see about 20 or so boats making their way down the river. They park, they unload, a large amount of infantry begins to come out and settle into the fields. As they do, you see the captain gives orders to them, tells them where to go, where to stash supplies, and how to set up. As you realize, they're claiming the fields for themselves as their base of operations. It doesn't take too long to see one of these barges bring out 4 heavily armored knights bearing the symbol of Ashington's crest, as well as a figure that Van knows.
No.
Van.
Tell.
He has only seemed to gain more beauty on him since the last time you've seen him. His hair, the locks are still flowing against the dead wind. You have no idea how that's happening. He looks around and you swear that the sun like still glistens like on the background perfectly. As you see Flynn emerge from the boat.
So he,
Oh, you
What?
got cut out.
So he.
so he's working with the rebels
Hey.
then, right?
Yes.
Indeed. For everyone, this man moves up, and as he sees you, Van, a smile spreads across his face, and the sun itself seems to be shining this day. As he goes, Van, my friend, how are you?
Oh, Flynn, you pretty son of a bitch. Where the hell have you been?
He comes to embrace you in a large open hug.
What brings you all the way out here?
What brings me all the way out here? Well, a last job, if you would believe it or not. Are you also hired?
Roundabout way, I guess I am.
Oh, you should have told me. We could have been hired together. They have higher pay rates for that.
Well, it started out as like an office job, to be honest with you.
Really? Oh, you're gonna have to tell me about that. And I see also some other faces. Very good. The queen is going to be coming in shortly. I have to stand, keep a watch, and do my job. But can we talk later?
Absolutely. If you've
So
got
let's have
half a second, I
telepathic-
can introduce you to my friends.
We'll have telepathic bond go out as well. Now that he's like, all right. Now the party can kind of speak to each other here.
The rest of you can telepathically communicate with one another.
This way, if we need to discuss anything without them needing to hear, we can. Not to say we need this for anything, just as a precaution.
I will also do you a courtesy. Normally, I would have sketched Flynn out, but the moment I did, I'm like, no, I can't do this to them. This is what Flynn could have been, though.
Let's go! Ted 2.0.
Ted again.
Yes, Ted is back.
Get some Flynn.
I can't help but feel that with the two characters with this face in the same setting, there's some kind of like common
Genetic.
ancestry.
Yeah.
That like, if you go back far enough, there's some motherfucker in the ancient history of Verks who looks like this, who just bred his wild oats, and it's gone down through the generations.
Um,
Flynn
the
is a half
people-
elf, so whatever that
For
other
the
half
people
is probably
who
the
didn't
culprit.
know, basically when we agreed we had a one-shot, and I sketched out Foylet's character that looked like the handsome Squidward.
Yes, he was a Fearbulg, and I described him as way too pretty for your average Fearbulg, and it morphed into this.
And I said, I got you.
Well, I mean, that's true. He is prettier than the average purple.
Yep.
As you are introducing him to your friends, Flynn goes, "It is a pleasure to see you, and for the first time."
Yeah.
This my old comrade Flynn. We were in the band of the Open Hand together. This is Kiki. Points to Kiki.
Pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine. He does not really hug you or extend a hand so much as like kneel before each one of you.
It's just
I
in
just-
the rafters, being like,
Jesus Christ, it's like built in, isn't it? Get
I
up.
just awkwardly smile.
When he kneels, Grimthod kneels in response, because he's just like, okay, his handshake, alright.
Oh, he bows. Like as he's kneeling, he bows.
Yeah, Grimthod bows too.
He bows even lower.
Yeah, Grimthod returns with an equally low bow.
Puts his forehead on the floor.
Grimthod also slams his forehead to the ground.
Look, we
It is
don't
a
have time for this.
oh, this
Stands up.
goes up on the rafters like anymore. They're gonna be 6 feet under the ground.
Shovel, give me a shovel!
Grim thought he's the chief of the Drew tribe.
Oh,
The
yeah, no.
chief of the Drew tribe. I have heard about your people.
Oh, cool.
Yes, fellow mercenaries at work.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
A genuine pleasure and an honor to meet you then.
Yeah.
Twice so.
Oh, and this is my granddad. He's Drew.
The orc, has his hands folded over his chest and he growls a bit in his direction. He kneels before him too.
I didn't want to join me doing pull-ups. Displays of strength.
Your own little man, and he starts pulling himself up with one hand.
Fuck yeah.
Dang, we both can do this all day.
Yeah. They live in the rafters now. They never leave.
I'm very happy you have found new allies, Van. But I didn't know you would return to the mercenary life. Why?
It wasn't an active decision. It just sort of happened.
Yes, I thought you were out.
I was picking up odd jobs. I was on a bodyguarding gig when these guys needed an extra hand, and we've sort of been rowing them together ever since.
I am very happy to see you this happy. I have not seen you this happy in a long time.
Well, we haven't seen each other in a long time.
Exactly. Why didn't you write me a single letter? Well, I didn't stay anywhere, but you could have tried.
I did early on. I just never heard anything back.
Grimdal leans over slightly and goes like, by the way, he's got a girlfriend.
He leans forward. You do?
He's in
Yeah.
this. She's
Blessed are the stars of the moon! Soon has blessed us all this day. Van making the head. Who is she?
That's not your
he
business.
Did he just cap his mic?
He did. Yeah.
Maybe.
Wow.
This Lady V.
Mhm.
Outside, Lady V just gives him like a peace sign. You have found a fantastically beautiful woman. I am so happy for you. As he says that, radiance glows behind him like a crown of sunlight that bursts from pure joy behind his form. You swear his outline is completely encapsulated in this brilliant light as he genuinely seems to be tearing up from his eyes.
Whoa.
When
Calm down,
Jesus.
just
tonight.
starts to happen, like Van nonchalantly steps in between his direct line of sight to Lady V.
He's a bit over the top, isn't he?
He stares directly into your eyes, Van, and the light does not go out as he says, the blessings between the two of you in the future, may they be plentiful, my friend.
Why, thank you.
The religion there was to try and figure out what the hell god this dude follows, but 4, so I have no idea.
4. Whatever god it is very gaudy.
It's a very shiny god.
He's a war cleric, but not-
Barry.
Yeah, he doesn't serve one. He serves like the Unitarian
pagan?
war god.
Have you not told them of my faith?
Well, no.
I suppose it's for good reason. I wasn't present. Speaking of presence, I have been actually keeping up with the members of our crew.
You have.
The ones that remain. Yes.
I heard from Pater not long ago. He did a favor for me out in Falernia.
Oh, did you? Oh, I have actually contacted him after we broke, but soon after our communication broke.
Oh, he's still salty.
Still
You know
salty.
Pater.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. If there's one thing I'm imagining him right now doing, he's probably grumbling.
Yeah. Just because something catches on fire.
But I have heard of. Have you heard of Dalen?
I have not since we broke.
Caroline, you son of a bitch.
She's been I actually asked her if she wanted to join in on my gig, And turns out that she is currently in the process of being a member of an adventuring group. She told me that she's going after the tournament.
Van looked a little crestfallen at that. Well, I'm glad to hear she's healthy, but if we get a
Right?
chance, we got to talk about the tournament.
I personally am not after the glory seeking. I prefer to spread the good word of beauty, sunshine, and rainbows where I go. And as he does so, he flexes, and behind him a rainbow of light appears into view for a few brief moments.
Can Coda judge his pose with athletics?
Sure.
Grimthawd, getting used to his new superior 20 feet of superior dark vision, flinches away from the light. Like, oh god!
25.
I know it's
Could his
terrible.
pose been better?
Here's the thing. He has more bulk than you, but you have raw, pure muscle. His muscle is trained to be big and look
Oh, he took steroids, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't say magical steroids so much as he's beautifully strong, not truly strong.
Yeah, so his pose wasn't on point, is what you're saying. You couldn't show off all the obliques and all the work.
Well, the
that
pose
he
was
needed to
probably
do.
on point.
The
but-
pose is the pose is on point. His performance is fantastic. His actual athletics, you can literally grab this man as he's posing right now and probably juggle him.
Oh.
Look, every time they paid him, I'm just throwing that out there.
What?
Oh, I think you cut out for a bit on Novi's end.
Oh,
Possibly.
I said, look, every time we went to a brothel, they paid him. I'm saying.
You got
What?
out again.
They
thought
call
you
me
meant the
Radiant.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if plug in my headphone and will help.
The microphone's just dying. No.
Your microphone being like, no, I will censor you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Van said, look, all I'm saying is every time we went to a brothel, they paid him.
It was honestly kind of a bit of a...
counterintuitive.
It wasn't very welcome at first, but earning the name Radiance truly has brought me quite a bit of fortune. Happened a lot of times. But nevertheless, my own accomplishments aside, I did want to prepare. This place is dreadful. No place for a queen to reside in, not in the slightest. He cracks...
So you're the one. Wait.
Coda
So
in
you-
everyone's
one
head
thing-
is like, what the fuck's a brothel?
You see, Lupus. So you're the one they called Radiant Lance.
Would you... He looks at you and he raises an eyebrow. Would you perhaps be interested in finding out the origin?
No. But I was just curious.
Curiosity is but the first step to true enlightenment. Speaking of which, I will do what I do best. And bring out the best in people and also places. And his magic sprays forth from his hands, and suddenly an illusion is placed upon this room to make it look a bit more regal.
Huh.
Trust in your eyes as much as you desire.
I kind of like the natural look, but okay.
Yeah, you're not pulling yourself from rafters so much anymore, as much as beams.
Like sculpted beams.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hand carved.
yeah, basically. As it happens.
I said it in the chat and I'll say it again. Flynn and Burial need to be best friends.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Meredith's
look
most handsome. You are handsome, right? I know.
This guy gets it!
Gets
You look outside and you see a figure approaching with an entourage of armed knights. This is the figure we've been waiting for. with long, flowing red hair and an eye patch over one of her eyes, bearing a naval, I want to say prismarine colored jacket. On one hand is an adamantine spear. At first glance at what appears to be, except you realize the part of the staff is actually dragon bone, sculpted to take the form of the staff portion of the spear, where the tip is entirely encased in adamantine meteorite.
Dragon bone, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And that mentoring.
Entering into the room is, as heralded by one of the soldiers, Catherine Glavska, rightful Queen of Eshington, seeker of the throne, leader of the Defiant Bulwark Resistance Group, rightful Queen of Eshington, last of the Glavska family line, daughter of the late King Henry Glavska, Lady of the Realm, Maiden of Terashan.
Ooh, that is a woman.
Oh, she hot!
Damn it!
I need to send picture to Socks. Give me a moment.
Oh no, she's hot.
She looks around with one good eye, and she sits down on a chair that one of her subordinates brings up. A table is fetched from outside and placed inside the windmill. The slow creaking of the mill is the only thing that gives way to the speech that the Queen imparts upon you. I have heard that you desire to have a meeting with me.
Yes. That Coda's still doing pull-ups.
Yeah.
She looks at you disapprovingly.
Sorry.
Yeah, he comes from a different culture background, so don't mind that.
I do wish to maintain my physique, but yes.
In your culture, does performing a task and discussing with another of similar or higher status than you, is it considered rude?
Do what?
Hmm.
Pull-ups? No.
Very well. Is there anyone amidst your band that I can have a conversation with?
Yeah, me and Kiki.
Yes.
And
I
you can meet
all of us.
Too.
I am Grimsod, chief of the Drew tribe. And I am member of the Glorious Coach. Kind of indicating to the entire party, we don't have a leadership, we are just a group.
Yep.
I see. Then you are familiar with who I am, I take it.
Yeah.
Very well. Let us not repeat the mistake of our predecessors and begin this proper. I am not aware of what you wanted to discuss with me, but I'm certain it must be important. I do know of you, and there are things that I would like to know.
All right.
So, let us work as equals in this matter. Ask me what you want to know, and then I will ask you what I want to know.
All right. I think first question I've got is, do you want to take Kagane's head yourself, or you're right if we take it first?
I prefer to turn him to stone.
But yeah, do
Yeah,
you
I
want him
prefer
dead
sealing his
yourself?
soul.
Yeah, but do you want him dead yourself, or do you want us to? Are you okay with us doing it for you?
Glavska's, Catherine's exterior is hardened, but does not seem shaken by the question in the slightest. Kagane's death, though desired, is not my main focus of this expedition. I have come to take back my city and my place as Queen of Eshington. If Kagane could be killed, I would relish his death regardless of whether or not it came from my own hand. I would handsomely reward you for performing the task. And you would be recognized as heroes of my people.
Well, just no, we're not doing it for selfish reasons. We've got our own reason to take his head. So.
I think everyone here has their own reason for it.
Hmm.
Mostly
Vengeance-
revenge.
Vengeance is a fantastic motivator.
Eh,
All right.
I do not
And-
personally like Gavarians.
In that we find common ground.
I
Other than that-
really don't care about throwing away, so I have to
Yeah,
get rid of them.
that shed. When you get the country back, how do you plan to continue holding it? Because I don't think they're gonna give up on it that easy, especially since they've moved into other territories through here.
Actually,
Indeed. But Kagane has made a critical mistake. My spies have informed me that he has pulled much of his military might into the siege that is currently happening in Thoradol. If I were to completely retake my capital city, I could cut off, with the aid of my current allies, his supply
That's
line.
that's
Essentially,
exactly what I said.
essentially stranding him into Thoradol. Yes.
Yes, it's a great idea. I had the same one back in Magiana, like I said.
Yeah. All right.
He's played his hand too far.
What about kind of basically inclining his head back towards sorry, my current physical brain in regards to directions is fucking me at the moment. Inclines his head back towards the west. So, and what about from that side down?
Hmm.
If you are referring to the Imperial footholds, defense of my capital city is not the main issue. Never has been. My issue... Well, we will discuss that after you have finished your own queries.
Okay, fair. All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
We
looks-
would, however, like knowledge of inside the castle.
yeah. Blueprints, anything like that.
Yeah, we've got people who've been taken by them, and we are hoping to get them out, but part of that's going to probably be taken to Castle itself.
Can you give me a persuasion check?
Oh boy,
Oh, him.
I am the one doing the most of the talking here, unfortunately. Alright.
Do you want... I mean, Coda could also do it. We both... a thing.
Me sitting
Not
here with
good.
my plus 10. You guys are good.
11.
11,
I-
great.
I cannot roll for shit. Man.
Catherine looks at you and goes, I cannot provide the blueprints of our castle to you. But if you have people that are currently held captive within the dungeons, we could allow you entry into them. Otherwise, if they are captive within any one of the other rooms, we could provide you directions within the castle grounds as to where to go and what to look out for.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds fair enough.
Turns to kind of kick you up. You got anything you want to ask before she starts asking her questions?
Well, I'm just wondering, because Hertz was also saying that, you know, if we deal with cocaine, he could become... he could become control of the land instead.
I think here we must make our decision.
We...
Do you wish to
Yes.
help him, or would you prefer to help the queen?
I'll be honest, as far as I'm concerned, this is your country.
Yes.
You deserve it. But
This was all in our heads.
I'm imagining this was in your head.
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
yeah.
This is
Yes,
in our
right.
heads.
Apologies.
I stated
apologies.
that, I'm pretty sure.
Apologies. Yeah, Grimthal kind of like, in my mind, country belongs to her, but Hurch could help make it so they don't have to be constantly fighting off the dragon fuckers. But like having him there is like, I know.
I feel like he is misguided in his
Yeah.
quest.
He doesn't know the full picture of what is happening with the tournament because he doesn't understand what we know.
Draw
at the
down
same-
on me one mission.
At the same time, he has helped us, even though it pains me to admit it. He has helped us. He has gone for the trouble of getting people away from the face peeler.
Yeah.
That he has.
I think we need to put forward the argument that like he could help keep the dragon fuckers off her arse when she's in control by just like being there as a advisor, so like they don't feel like this is a total loss when they lose
That
it.
might be a bad idea.
What do you mean?
I don't think Gevaria sees it that way.
I believe once Eshington is retaken, getting help from the Alliance or Magianian Empire might be pretty good. Sending an aid as quite as possible. Or as quickly as possible.
Alright, well. I
Will
guess we
help hold the
decide.
lines. Correct.
I guess we're deciding to stick with the Queen then.
I think so. We can't
Alright.
get a definitive answer from him anyways on what his goals are.
Yeah.
What is your plan after taking control back to Washington?
I think that was out loud to the Queen.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say, the Queen?
What is her plan after she retakes control of Washington?
The Queen sighs. In her expression, it remains hard, determined, and you can see the thoughts behind her head probably are like spinning. As she says, I have many movements that I must make to ensure that Washington does not suffer the same fate already more than once in the same year. During my stay as queen, I will have to secure my land again from Gevarian control, and to do so, I will need the aid of my benefactors. When Washington fell, the first priority that I had to pursue was ensuring that I will have allies. Now I have to reward those allies for the help that they will give me in taking back what is rightfully mine, and my family's.
Yes, but what are you going to do for the land and for the people? Just out of curiosity. Actually, before she answers, can I roll a history on what sort of leadership there was in Washington? Like, what was the view from the people's perspective?
Make a history check. Folk history. Literally.
Fuck, roll 20. 14 plus 8 is 22.
Really good. Ashington, by the people outside and in, from outside, from Ajan, it was known as a kingdom that for the most part tried to negotiate from a position of strength when it came to people trying to meddle in its own affairs from the outside. For its own people, the previous monarchy, led by Glavska's father, the patron of the family, they ruled like monarchs did. In particular, they actually had a lot of control when it came to military matters within the city. However, most of their control was directed for the protection of the people that they had under their under their rule. There was a lot of freedom. In fact, for a long time, Washington was having very positive relationships with Gevaria before the whole conquest began. Particularly because Gevaria provides Ashington with a resource that they did not have a lot of, steel. Ashington is known to be a heavily civilization and druidic combination nation. They respect old traditions. They value progress, but not so that it would trample over the lifestyles of the people that were living there before they did. And this is a fact that has been ongoing for before the Glavska family line took reins over the control of Washington. In fact, ever since its founding, because you're also high, Ashington was founded by a single merchant in hopes of making the land more profitable by communicating in good terms with the natural druidic circles and natural inhabitants of the forest surrounding Ashington. There were different tribes already present there before civilization grew. Shifters and elves used to actually shepherd the varieties of different animals that lived within the land. In particular, the very famous and very rare currently due to their hunting to near extinction process by imperial rule, the albino rhinos that used to reside within Ashington, with an entire circle dedicated to their protection. Ashington was known as basically, to put it simply, Ashington was known as a kingdom where its people could progress through their lives in either direction. If you wanted to live a simpler life, close to nature, maintaining your own traditions, even if they were not from the kingdom itself, you were allowed to pursue that. If you wanted to serve as a member of the infrastructure and the societal norms that were imparted upon you upon joining the kingdom as a subject to the ruling monarchy, you would be provided the assistance of those who came before you and your betters until you could settle in properly. In fact, Ashington had a whole thing where new merchants could request aid by the crown to start up their business.
Monarchy, very nice.
I'm asking this because Sox isn't here, and I feel like that's
Yeah,
important. for
one of
perception.
one of the rare instances in which monarchy actually was used by a
Works.
person who did not want to use power just for themselves, and that is why also Ashington had very good relationships with people in general outside of the nation, between other kingdoms and larger forces of power. Ashington had managed to maintain good courtship simply due to the fact that they had spread the message of their own successful ruling to other nations through the trade that they would perform. It was a common norm in Magiana to think, like, if you wanted a simpler life, Ashington could be where you could build your own home. If you didn't want to live in a magic-full world, less cares, just for yourself. To that end, the Queen responds to your question. If I were to actually take rule over Ashington, I would have to harden it. My father, for all of his generosity, made crucial mistakes that led to his death and the death of my siblings. He did not prepare, and he paid the price for it. Once I take my position, the people will need to prepare for retaliation, and then at the same time rebuild what has been altered or destroyed. I am well familiar with the rumors that are probably true of what the Empire has done to our own monuments and our allies within our kingdom. Our people, unfortunately, will not likely get rest, for I see that is what you probably had in mind. I am sorry to tell you, but war is not kind or pretty.
No, I was
This
just
is understandable.
curious. When something is broken, it needs to be fixed, and there's lots of wrong in here.
I am glad you can understand my position.
This is less a question, but something I feel like you should know. When we went to deal with the weapon, they knew we were coming. They knew they moved earlier than they should have, and they knew that someone was gonna try and fuck with it. So, I think probably someone on your side is not really on your side.
Well, it
If there
still
are
could have been more
Givarian
seedy.
informants within my own troops, I will rout them. Thank you for informing me. She leans over towards the captain of the guard, and the elf nods and heads out of the room.
Still destroyed it though. We fucked it up.
Yes, I've heard.
Yes.
I was given the report of your endeavor.
Oh, and that's another thing. That thing got brought by someone who's bringing more of them. So if you want to make a move, you better make it fast before they get more of those things.
My plan is to perform a takeover of the city by the end of the week, if not in the following 3 days.
Alright, looking to Kiki's up. We still know how to look for those things, right? You can do your specialize. Oh no, Pretty Girl can do a specialize and look for the thing we saw before, right?
Should be possible. Also to note, it was definitely from the tournament.
Yeah, it was a thing brought from the tournament. That's how we were able to find it.
Strange. And interesting.
Right, I think
She looks
that's
up to the
all.
soldier and says, "If you wouldn't mind, I would like you to bring Venethil within the room. Do not tell him to wait outside, and then come back into the room. And when I tell you, you will bring him in." The soldier nods and exits.
Okay. I think that's all questions, so I guess
Well,
you
I mean, I have a couple more.
Oh, go for it.
One of these benefactors of yours. Is it Ghetto Sass?
I'm sorry?
Is one of your benefactors Ghetto Sass?
I'm not familiar with that name.
All right. Well, I'll take it you are getting funding from somewhere, are you not?
I am receiving financial support by a variety of contributors. Many of them I would rather keep anonymous, if possible.
I would call Ghettos a friend. You can trust that one, then.
Should that name come up, I will take your word for it.
It's
Depending on
probably not
how
something
our
they go
conversation
by.
ends.
I also have a brother to the north. He's not well liking Gavari either at the moment.
If your brother is as capable as you are, I would very heartily send a squadron of my finest troops to recruit him.
They would probably be eaten.
Why would that be?
This controls
It
a vast
shudders
amount
in
of
memory.
monsters.
Being pummeled.
I do not know if it is obvious, but I come from a tribe of shifters.
I know. We know of your people. Shifters lived in this land before we came to settle it.
Yes. He is the old Shao Kahn.
I am familiar with the term. When you say old,
Well, he has foregone the title. Which would, I guess, would put me as Shao Kahn now.
and not to sound rude, but your subjects, where are they?
It turns to Para. That one.
I count for half of them?
Mhm.
Maybe a third?
Maybe a third. I don't know yet.
With all
My
due
home was
respect,
attacked and
I
exploded.
understand that you want to retain your ancestral title. I will respectfully maintain my own image of what true nobility is.
Okay.
And let me be
Guys,
clear on
very
this.
confused.
Let me be clear on this, because you do seem confused. To me, you seem less like a king and more like a straggler. You're trying to hold on to this image of a position of strength and authority that you lack the real meaning to hold onto. A king is not a title that you wear because someone gave it to you or you claimed it yourself. A leader is someone who people follow. You have one, you are a leader. You do not seem like a king. You seem more like a prince.
I mean, I don't wear the title because I have to want to. I wear it to bring peace, bring hope to not only my people, but maybe those to come along as well.
Well, it's good to know that your heart is in the right place. She says that with a rather cold expression on her face.
Did I say something to upset you?
No. My brother had a similar outlook to yours.
It's not so bad to want peace.
She
It's
remains
why I
silent.
work for the effort to keep the power that I have. So that one day maybe it's not necessary. That
She
one
remains-
day everyone can just live and not feel threatened by an explosion to the face.
She remains silent, except at the end she raises an eyebrow.
Sorry, I've been blown up. Now multiple times.
I see. And that does bring me to my own inquiries. You are extremely formidable. You didn't just take over an encampment, you destroyed it.
Sorry.
And the land
by
that
the
it
way.
was built on.
Again, I'm going to apologize for that one.
There is no need to apologize to me. It was not. No, I see why you would say that. The people that were forced to work under Imperial rule, they would probably be dead, either by Gavarian hand, if not forced to fight against us. I understand that they were my people, but if they were casualties among them at the time of your endeavor, I forgive you for your ruthlessness. As I said, war is not a kind time. Still, my hatred for you, for your actions, is but a withered bit of coal before my burning hatred for the Empire and its transgressions against both my people, my family, and myself. So let me inquire. Why would people as capable and as traveled, world-weary, and experienced as you suddenly decide to aid me in my endeavor?
My family, my tribe, were here. They fought in defense of your country as mercenaries. And then when they were defeated, they were forced to fight on the side of Polzak, the enemy. Because he doesn't want to say dragon fuckers or mess up Gavarians.
Yes, I did
Yeah.
want to discuss that.
Their honor was stripped from them, and they were forced into retreat. I wish to take the head of Kagain as a trophy and a reminder that the Drew are not to be fucked with.
The legacy of your people is what initially my father decided was the worthwhile reason why your tribe should be trusted with the defense of one of our sections of the wall of the city. as well as the fact that we needed the additional bodies. We required help, and your people came in our hour of need.
Mind if I interrupt?
You may.
They said that their backline started to fall against someone who was using extremely poisonous and decaying toxic gas.
Yeah, Grimdall kind of like raised hands up. Regardless of why, my tribe failed you in what they said they could do.
So it is shame.
No. It's pride.
Pride.
Where is your orc pride, Kakarot?
My tribe failed. My father failed. And I refuse to accept that. I am going to fix what was undone. Not out of shame, but because the Drew do not fall.
As you're stalking, her eye moves over towards your grandfather, and she moves it back to you. I see. So you were serious when you said you are the acting leader of your people, then?
Yep. I defeated my father in combat to earn the title of chief.
Your costumes, I cannot say that I understand them, but if your allegiance is one due to your own grudge against Kagain, as well as your desire to mend what had occurred, I will accept it. When you came in here, I did consider a lot of things that I wanted to discuss with you, but noting your character, I believe that is unnecessary.
If you have outstanding grievance, if you have outstanding problems that you want to talk about,
So you used a big word there. Almost.
yeah, almost. I almost made the mistake of thinking Grimthought knew the word grievance. He doesn't. If you have outstanding problems that you want to talk about, I'm willing to listen. But I will happily have you as an ally in this.
Careful, Grimthod, your genius is showing.
Yeah, there's none of that. Shame on you. I can only promise you that I will either bring you Kagain's head, or I will die trying.
No, God.
That does bring me to the other issue at hand.
You will succeed.
Which is that you are willing to do a lot for me without requesting anything in return. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the sentiment, but there is no such thing as acting for the greater good without some kind of recompense.
That I can ghost. Can you help restore the tribes that's, well, being almost wiped out?
I see. And these are the sentiments shared within your group?
My brother also needs to move through the country, carrying a massive army of monsters, but I would figure people would stay out of that whole tsunami of natural disaster.
When you say that, can your brother control this army as to not... Can your brother utilize this force for our own siege? Or would that be impossible?
I think that's his plan. The problem is, I don't think he really wants to work with us. He just wants to do it. So, like, we can't really predict when he's gonna do it. He's just gonna do it, right? Looking towards Coda.
I'll let him know. Somehow. My brother is broken, if I'll be honest with you. He's not who he once was.
Also, if you're the ruler of this land and we can have the Gavarian influence away from here, it means it will stay further in the west and not encroach so much on the east.
Ah, I recognize you're of Magianian descent.
Indeed.
You needn't worry. I have received plenty of aid from your people, and I intend to repay them in kind once I have power to perform such deeds once again.
Where did you get your spear, by the way?
This is one of the ancestral treasures of our people. This, a shield and a helmet.
Where the shield and helmet?
Well, the shield broke when the siege of our capital. When they made it into the castle palace, the shield was sundered by Kagain, thrice damned monster. From what my brother told me, it was broken by him when my father used it against him. He gave me the spear. As for the helmet, I do not know.
I'll kind of like look towards Dimitri. Like,
Hmm.
you know how we learned all that stuff about Kagain and all of his weapon and stuff like that?
The Legend Lords?
Yeah, could you do that on the helmet?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe.
I
figure out
wasn't
where it is.
prepared to do some more research information, doodly woodly stuff.
Yeah, just because like that could tell you where it is, right?
Possible, to an extent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you want to, there's definitely a chance for us to find it for you and return it to you if need be.
Yeah, I just figured like,
So, if I'm a betting man, and I kind of am, it's a serious problem. I bet it's probably within Ramparton somewhere, or on Kagain's head, probably.
oh,
They like to do that.
I was not ready for, and I am. It's a serious problem. That would fucking broke me. Jesus.
I'm also
If-
Dimitri Dundaringer Daniels the Seventh, by the way. Don't worry about it. It's whatever.
I'm just gonna pronounce the first name, but that's just me.
There are
That
a few
also
people
works.
within your troop that I do not recognize. I do, for example, know of you, Vanaila.
Works up in surprise. You've heard of me?
Of course. I am surprised that you do not know of me, actually. Your family, have they not told you of their connection to mine?
Dimitri just goes in Van's head. She's the ocean splitter.
I don't think so.
Damn it.
The Aela family have been good friends with the Glavska family line ever since your father and my father grew up together.
Dad's never mentioned anything about hobnobbing with royalty.
I would imagine not. Considering that the crown was originally meant to be shared between the two, your father renounced it and decided to take up a position outside of the kingdom. Took up a
Van
seat.
audibly coughs in like shocked surprise.
Eh.
Supposed to be a what now?
Oh, so I guess you're not supposed to be royalty then, yeah?
Yeah.
In the case where I would die, Van and his family, by succession, his father should technically have access to the crown. In fact, his father normally would supersede me if he himself had not renounced ownership of the crown forevermore by making it a clear statement during the coronation of my father. However, should I perish, and so would your father, the crown would fall within your family line upon the eldest offspring.
Oh, he's worthless. You don't want to give it to him. Um, this does explain why Dad is such a terrible farmer. I'm not gonna lie. Things are starting to make sense.
I do recall the tale. Found. Didn't he caught a member not of royal lineage? I believe it must have been someone from outside the nation. Yes.
My mother.
Yes, indeed. However, I know of you, for I have been informed of this incident during a time of trouble where I had to undergo a process to verify my claim to the crown. Needless to say, the coalition would not provide me their support should I have been a false queen all along.
Well, I can assure you my father has no intention of being a king, and I don't particularly see any value in it myself. And my older brothers probably couldn't add two and two together if you held a crossbow to their head, so you don't want them in charge either.
While that does please me to hear that the safety of my sovereign reign is going to be relatively unclaimed, it brings me even better joy to see that the good ties between our families are so renewed in this happenstance.
Vance, you can see the wheels turning about. Now he's questioning everything he ever knew about his father.
Mhm.
And I also do recognize amidst your troops here, in between your group, I recognize you. She points towards Kiki.
Silver?
Silver is
It
dead.
went away for a bit.
Oh, okay.
I was running in
Okay.
the kitchen. Yeah.
I am Kiki. How can I help you?
I will
Oh,
shoot
blimey.
you. I will end your bloodline.
Cool, blimey, I'm Kiki!
Was a drive-by fruiting.
I'm Kiki.
I just imagine
Yeah, do it
River
right.
holding. I just imagine River holding a Kiki like puppet in one hand.
Yeah, yeah. I am flattered, but why?
Your father has been supporting our efforts ever since
Ah.
your brother contacted us.
Oh.
Oh.
Hi.
I have to say, I am glad to see that I will be receiving the full support of your family house. Whatever must have been
Indeed.
holding you at the time must have been truly of great importance. Your brother had informed me that the rest of your family beyond your father would not be able to support us in any way other than financially due to complications with your own lifestyle, but it is good to see that you actually are present here before us. It tells me that your own business has concluded positively.
Demetrius just didn't. Kiki said, "Well, isn't that a coincidence, huh?"
Yeah, I think back then we had to kill the old ladies, didn't we? And then we had some other stuff to deal with.
Did you?
The
did
queen
you say
raises
this
an
out
eyebrow.
loud?
Was that out
Hags.
loud or in your head?
That was out loud, because he's
Hags, hags.
Man.
We were killing hags, not old ladies from the street.
Yeah, no, they're old ladies.
Hags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot them dead with one
Oh
bullet,
yeah,
but-
and then you turned into spaghetti for a bit, and that was awful. Yeah, that was a whole
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Don't worry,
Let's
we
not-
fixed that.
Yeah.
I still have nightmares about that, but let's not speak of.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And what did we learn? Don't
turn-
put
yeah,
on dangerous jackets from blank beans.
Yeah,
I
don't
mean-
turn into spaghetti.
Right. First of all, I apologize.
Yeah.
If you have to be in any way, shape, or form in contact with my father, but
Sorry.
I have lived in nobility since I was born. I have dealt with worse individuals, believe it or not.
I
That
can
is a-
imagine.
There's a really low bar.
There was this bear in the woods. It was really nice. I said it was way better conversating with that than her father.
You see actually a bit of anger in her, like flare upon her grimace as she says, "I have found no more hateable individuals than those within the United Crown Alliance's supportive conglomerate. And by supportive, I mean supportive in the form of letters, not actual support. When my kingdom fell, we did not receive the crown troops to aid us in our time of need. We had to rely to mercenaries, with a promise of rewards. And you see what happened. If the Alliance had provided us the support and aid they had promised my father during better days, Eshington would never have been taken by Imperial control.
I mean, have you seen the state they're in?
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you have the support of the entire Shifter tribe. All 2 of us. And he says that jokingly in a way to lighten the mood.
If Glavska understood the joke, you're not certain, for she does not react in a way that humors you nor dismisses you. She looks at you with interest, as if she's taking you fully seriously.
I mean, like,
I'm serious to Ben. I'm just saying there's only 2 of us, but we'll give it
I
our all.
can understand and I witness that.
Alright, so what is your plan then?
First of all, you said that you have people that you need to secure, no?
Yes. Go.
Do you believe you could secure your people without creating too much of a commotion or stirring the attention of the Imperial control?
I mean,
No.
that's
No.
no promises there. There's a chance we might have a whole pile of body after we're done.
Then you should get your people out moments before we initiate our takeover.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Alright.
To that end, we already will receive our benefactor's aid by the next day. If your allies are so well captured that are undergoing interrogation, or if they're languishing, know that we are already planning on securing our siege as fast as possible. When I said a few days, I meant it in case you required any additional preparation. But if that is not the case, I would prefer to strike before the Empire is prepared.
Agreed.
To that end, while you are going to be getting your people out, we will initiate our infiltration and subsequent siege of the castle, not of the outer walls. The plan as it stands currently, it is to ship as many of our own soldiers within Ramparton and then take it from within. And should they stop our operations, our surprise assault should probably still take out much of the defenders outside, for we know our own weaknesses quite well.
We know something about what they've got on the inside there. We know they've got a guy called the Face Peeler.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Dimitri
know
also kicks up. And we also know the whole underground of the castle thing.
yes, there's an underground bit, and then we also know that they've got someone in there that can change their face.
I mean, you know of the whole underground of the castle, right? Dimitri will look over towards the now queen.
I'm well aware of the dungeon segment of our palace, yes.
Yeah, but not like the full underground of the whole area.
I am not so well versed with our sewage system, if that's what you're implying.
You had big enough tunnels to move animals in.
When you say underground tunnels,
Ran through that underneath the
Dimitri.
city.
Dimitri, can you be a bit more clean?
Me as a player, am I not like?
No, I understand what you're saying. She does not seem to understand what you're saying.
Does she not? Okay, can Dimitri inform her on this from
Sure,
what
yeah.
we learned from
Legend lore.
Yeah, he's just gonna be like, yeah, there's also all these things under. We did a legend lore on the city, and this is what we got.
Ah, forgive me, for I was. Well, to be honest, during my stay at the palace, my own vices and desires superseded my education of my own future duties. For I was not first for the crown. Believe it or not, I was third. I had 2 other siblings ahead of me, and I was likely not going to be ruling Remparton. I was likely going to be taking a position of nobility and then supporting my siblings throughout their rule. Forgive me for not knowing everything regarding the position that I was not supposed to have.
Oh no, nothing. No, not as an insult to you, but do you think Gavaria knows?
If they have taken complete control of the city, I would not find it unlikely that they do. But I also do not find it likely that they utilize everything as well as we could.
I mean,
That
as
end?
you said, there's split thin.
Yeah, and if you were saying we should go in before you all do, what if we use those tunnels? We could we might not shut off them so early that they then are, on guard and ready for attack and all that shit.
Like, you wouldn't have a map to your own city, would you?
We do, yes.
Perhaps maybe we borrow it, innocent.
We could provide you, of course, a copy of the city's infrastructure. I will have to ask Fane if there is a way to gain access to those tunnels, for I was not informed of them as an option. If I have not been informed of them, I fear they may be closed to us as an option. But if they are not, their utilization should be taken advantage of.
I completely agree. Yes.
Then we are in agreement on that end. As I see that we are in agreement in you supporting the resistance, then.
And
Yeah.
Always. I have not liked Gavaria since they're knocking on my doorstep. Not a big fan of them. I would like to keep my wife and children all right.
Then let us agree on this. We shall work together and retake the city of Remparton from Imperial control, and in exchange, you shall be rewarded once the task is done, and I have been crowned queen.
Yeah, seems fair.
Right. And if any of you guys hear about where Quebec Gain is, you just point us at him.
And Ghettos has, actually.
Something
That's a big one.
something tells me that even if I somehow was not aware, you do seem quite keen on killing him. Something tells me you would find him yourself.
That's your plan.
That's the idea.
Bloodlust of that decree is not a trait that many in the court during my father's tenure would consider a positive trait. I disagree. I think conviction should be tempered by hatred.
I think it should
It
should be a little more. It should be a little more professional and efficiently handled. Not
Professionalism has very little to do with desiring an outcome that results in the death of someone else. Professionalism is the tool, or rather the refinement of the tools you use.
yes. Just Just make sure you don't get consumed by those negative emotions.
Your worries are appreciated. Tell me, have you lost
Yes.
family?
Murder and adoration, please.
Yes, I wouldn't say family, a friend and does that.
I had to watch my own siblings die before my eyes and be denied the sight of my own parents' final moments. If you truly believe you can hold your own anger so well as to deny yourself satisfaction or even thought of harming those who have wronged you, I applaud your self-control.
I'm not saying
No.
about those parts, I'm just saying don't let it consume you after you're done with it.
Your worries
It
are
might be
appreciated.
easier than you say. It just takes a little thought and effort.
Yep.
Did you have any more questions for Ash?
How will you contribute to providing my city to me?
I mean,
For killing everything that tries to stop it from happening.
if I can
And
get
you-
my hands on more bullets, one bullet, one
She-
life is.
She looks directly to Lupus, and you question my bloodlust.
No.
I'm just being.
I would like to
relic.
put an end to the poisoner.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
sickens
okay.
your land and your creatures and all that. And
If
he
that
hurts the people
individual-
from the inside.
If that individual is within the city during the takeover, I will grant you full amnesty and will in fact provide with you support should you desire to hunt down that specific individual.
The
Hmm.
thing with the poisoners that the best support is someone that can stay on the safe side from poison and make sure no one else gets, gets hit.
I have
Close.
my ideas and ways to deal with him. I actually don't involve killing him all the way.
Yeah, you
I
keep
see.
talking about turning people to stone. What's up with that?
Yes. If I wanted to, I can make people's flesh solid stone.
Yeah,
As
that
in
sounds
make
kinda
them a
nice.
statue.
Is that better than just killing them?
Yeah, I think
In a
it's the
sense,
same
they can
result.
Well, no.
Regardless, my time, however, is limited.
Yeah.
If this is all, if you would excuse me, I have an army to coordinate.
No. One last thing. Once we are done with our goal, and not Rampart nor Ashington, but the whole goal that we seek, I wish to return here and help fix your lands. If you would like the help.
She pauses for a moment.
I am a powerful druid.
My
Eh.
father had good ties with your people, or perhaps your kin within these lands. I too had good friends within the circles and communities that encircled our capital city. I remember I would meet with them whenever I could to explore the wilds and learn from their own traditions. You are more than welcome to return here, and you will be recognized both as royalty as you deserve, as well as I will ensure that your people always have a seat at the table of the royal palace and their own land to what little remains of our natural forests.
Your Highness, before you leave, I understand why you have all the right to be angry and upset, and want to see those who did you wrong, have them killed and slaughtered the way that they deserve. However, only revenge will not get you far.
She pauses for a moment.
It's true.
I apologize if my demeanor has betrayed an image of such debaucherous self-indulgence. Forgive me. I do not seek to bring a bloody end to my opposition. If they die, I will be satisfied. I would also be satisfied with their incarceration. Not as much, I will be honest, but I still would be. I do not seek to bring a torturous end to those who have wronged me. Again, I am in full control of my own vices. But I appreciate the concern. You have a good head on your shoulders, and it does show that you have a good heart as well.
That's good to hear. I wish to continue as a teacher after everything is done.
Should you require space to educate within our kingdom, once this is all over, I would be more than happy to provide it. Perhaps, if possible, to be very honest, I would very much relish an opportunity to, once I reclaim my throne, have a proper communication with the Gavarian leadership. And if they desire peace, I will seek it. Mark my words, I do not seek further war. I want to take back what is mine. I want to free my people from their oppressive hold that the Scream Hunter has placed on them, yes. But most of all, I want stability, I want progress, and I want peace. And I will get those things once my city is mine again. And if Gavaria would let me have it, and should we depart on peaceful terms, I would be more than happy to have you educate our own children to the facts of this war and the truths that both powers seek out only the best for their own people and not the faults of the individuals that lead them. Those of you who hear that can see a visible strain on her expression as she says that, for she has immense disdain for Kagain.
I will remember this offer, and I might come visit, but we do have a whole orphanage of kids to teach, and I look at Persephone for a moment. But as well, can I just take a general vibe check? Like, she's very put together throughout this whole conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see
Make an insight check.
Can I do one too?
Of course.
Like any...
Let's let everyone make it. That way, someone will have to roll good.
I'm just gonna wait for mine. But yeah, if there's like any, I don't know, unnecessary hate or anything.
And yet, I didn't hear that because Novi spoke over you.
I didn't say anything important, but like, if there's any unnecessary hate or disgust or whatever, just any emotions that she might be hiding. There we go, 16.
16. 1811 does not grant you any insight into the Queen's state. She seems extremely put together. And for the most part, she maintains her regal, royal presence. For what matters, what you do get with the 16 is that she is upset, absolutely. If in fact is pretty angry. But that is an anger that she maintains in a healthy modum. She doesn't appear to be forgetting her anger or subsiding it. She doesn't appear to be controlled by it either.
Okay.
With a natural 20, Coda.
Coda, like, could one for one relate.
Something that does catch your attention is that she's very hell-bent on getting back her authority. You're pretty sure it's because she wants to use her authority and her power to make things right. And she does mention the people, but every time she mentions the people, it's as if she has to remind herself that people come immediately after I acquire the means to make things better. It is an active things that she's doing to not lose herself to her own anger, but also not to lose herself to the greed and lust that power provides, to provide for yourself and your own desires than the desires of those who follow you. She's not as powerful as she makes herself seem all the time.
All right.
If you would excuse me now, as I said, I have an army to coordinate. I wish you a good day. She
Sure.
nods.
Good luck.
Oh, not one last thing. Sorry to do this, but we no longer have anywhere to stay that's safe. Are we alright to stay with your army until we're ready to move off?
We will organize a space for you to remain in. Yes.
Thank you.
Van wants to do an insight check on her. He's wondering if if her mouth is writing checks or asking cash.
Make an insight check.
Well,
12. Ugh. She probably pays in cash.
What is cash?
Don't worry
he's
about
hardcore.
it, buddy.
I like this chick.
Shall we wait with your army until you're ready to attack to
You may remain, yes.
Remparton, or shall we start heading towards Kagain?
If you begin your operation and you believe you can do so without alerting the entirety of Givarian command as to our own movements, or making it so that it doesn't impact our operation, you're more than free to pursue your own goals to that end.
We should probably talk to my brother as well.
Yeah, got to make sure
Perhaps.
everybody knows what it's doing.
Perhaps.
In the meantime, I will leave you be. And she exits the room.
Right. Well, that went a lot better than I thought it would.
She's cool.
Yeah, we
Shuttle
We
will
are-
turn to Kiki and just be like, give her time.
Yeah.
we are definitely
Getting over one's death of one's family is not the easiest thing.
It's not, but I also remember what you were like when I met you.
Hmm.
And if she is to lead a country with hatred and revenge in her mind, that will not end good for anyone.
They'll
Yes.
just give birth to a second Gaferia.
But I think she has a good head on her shoulders.
Her heart is in the right place, as she said.
Exactly.
I don't know what that means, but
Well, yeah,
that-
Grimthod just thumbs to where his heart is. That's what it's
I
supposed
feel
to
like
be.
it's more of a metaphorical thing, but I don't know what it means.
It means that
Also, what's a brothel? Do they make soup there or something?
no brothels where you pay to basically breed with someone.
Well, hopefully you're not breeding. I mean, ideally you're not making any children.
I know, but that's the best explanation I can give him without.
Why would they even pay for that?
Right? That's what I'm wondering. Why do you need to pay to breed?
Yeah, just find a mate. It's not that hard.
It's really not.
Comes to look nonchalant. Looking at everything but you guys.
No, like in Dimitri just looking at it and it's just like, you know what? You should have just said yes. It is a place where you make soup. You could just been boom, 1 month with it. But no.
Yeah, I like to. It's better to give someone a maybe.
Sometimes it's better
Yes.
to lie.
Sometimes the
You're
white lie is okay.
Alright. Well, we've got the rough bit of a plan, but we're gonna have to try and figure out how we're getting into that fucking city. I mean, the tunnels is an option, but I mean, unless we know how they work, we're gonna be walking around there pretty blind, right?
Well, we don't even know where they're headed. Speaking of which, to my drop, did you find them?
At this point, your throw responds to you.
Huh?
I have performed a sweep. As I entered the palace grounds, I utilized I used my authority to enter, and required the help of one soldier that I am familiar with, and used my control on him through the use of blackmail and intimidation to provide me access to the dungeon. It was unauthorized, so I had to be careful. I have discovered the stations within which the prison houses the individuals that you have told me to keep an eye out for. Yes,
Can you tell me exactly where they are?
of course. They are located at the entry point within the royal hold of the dungeon.
Entry point.
Unfortunately, acquiring access was difficult and I have compromised myself severely. I am currently located outside of one of the barracks for questioning as to my presence within the royal palace.
Right.
In addition, I would like to inform you that I understand that the desire is to get these individuals outside of their predicament, no?
Yes, yes it is.
Then by all merit, you will need great power and force to break through the entry point, as it is heavily fortified. In addition, proud Gavarian steel doors bar most of the way within the inner chambers. From what I'm aware of, most of the security entering into the dungeon is far more heavy than for those who are located in lower containment.
Of course they are. What are you going to tell your superiors?
I will tell my superior I desired to keep an eye on the prisoners as well as inspect the dungeons for their current maintenance, as is the duty of one similar to my station.
What's the layout of the dungeon? Or the cells in particular?
Most of the dungeon's corridors connect to larger chambers that themselves serve as either cells or connecting rooms.
Is it underground?
Correct. I'm assuming this is Koda talking to Kiki, talking to the phone.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely.
I might have an idea.
Playing Gavarian telephone.
What are you thinking?
Digging?
Congratulations on your idea.
I need a map. Thank you. It's really strenuous.
I am afraid I will not be able to create such a piece.
I'm not talking to you no more.
Forgiveness. I will inform you of this. Upon my exit from the dungeons, it appears that I may have caused a stir.
A stir?
Indeed. Many proud Gavarian soldiers have been taken from their posts and have been granted positions within the entry point to the dungeon from the royal palace, increasing its security detail. Entering into the dungeon the same way I did is now impossible as it currently stands, should I desire to force my way in. As for my own status, I am disallowed of entering the dungeon until I am cleared by a higher ranking member of the House of War.
That is all right. You do not need to go in there anymore.
Is
Okay.
there anything else you desire of me, mistress?
Not right now, but if something interesting happens, please keep me informed.
Very well. I will resume my duties then.
Well, it's not like we would have been able to go through that way anyways.
Well, we still might be able to.
As you're discussing this, the captain of the guard enters into the tent, and he comes in with another individual. He bears a simple blue cloak. And those of you who have seen members of the tournament recognize the golden arm that he has, the gauntlet, the clawed gauntlet, as that of a priest of the tournament. The priest actually speaks.
Good.
I am greetings. I was informed that there has been some situation regarding tournament equipment.
Yeah.
Bud is gonna insight this guy.
Of course. Make an
I
insight
will
check.
join you on this. because I do not
Immediately,
trust-
just oh my god.
22. Great.
Where's my insight? 19.
19. Neither of you can read him in the slightest. His mask is
Dang.
obscuring him.
Oof. Yeah,
damn
Grimble
it.
continued just like, yeah, the secret weapon that we were told to destroy turned out to be from the tournament, and the one who delivered it looked like they were from it as well.
That sounds concerning. First of all, greetings. My name is Bazil. I am a member of the Faith of the Revelry. I work as a tournament priest in official sanctioned tournaments for wannabe champions surrounding the kingdoms of the realms around the Tournament of Champions. It is a pleasure to meet you all. He gives a courteous short bow and then returns to his posture. I will type his name here.
Steven.
Vizil, yeah.
Brazil.
Vizil.
Steven.
Brazil.
Vizil.
Steven.
Vizil.
Brazil.
Yes. I specifically am currently working as as a member of the tournament in a standalone operation that I like to call unauthorized and an unsanctioned use of tournament powers for the benefit of the common people. In particular, I have been recruited by members of the Bulwark to cooperate with them and provide support in their ranks in the form of healing magic, as well as bolstering arcana and prayer. What you tell me is actually rather impossible to believe. I'll be honest. The tournament does not condone the use of such weapons, especially not for the purposes of prolonging war.
Grimble is going to fish around in his bag and produce the feather of Aldonus.
Mhm.
And go, well, we've... Oh, and also, hang on, was he still got on him? Give me half a second, I just need to check what he still has on him from tournament
Would you
stuff.
like some bones?
Yes, he will pull out a Oath Rider helmet. So we've been encountering a lot of stuff from the tournament that's been coming out to fight us.
Oh,
Little
you have been
horse legs?
you have been encountering riders, oathbound riders.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
these-
also the angel, the winged guy who this came from. Although we're cool with him at the moment.
That is not part of my jurisdiction. I work as a tournament facility member. I don't partake in the oathbound segment of our brother faith.
They're different.
Of course. The tournament of champions is categorized in a multitude of segments. I work in the revelry faith. My
Right.
purpose is to provide for the people the courage and inspiration, as well as safety that they need to pursue their honorable and honest and inspiring goals and be the
Tell
best
me-
kind of people they can be. Yes?
Tell me, priest. And I step forward, look him straight into eyes. Do you know?
As Kiki's stepping forward, Grimblon's in her head is just going to say the word careful.
I know, Grimdad. Do you know what the tournament actually does?
I am very well familiar, yes.
Tell me what it does.
It provides ample opportunity for challengers to take on a variety of challenges specifically dedicatedly designed by the curator of the tournament, the masked one, under the divine authority of Averin the judge, to create obstacles and encounters for them to overcome in a randomized fashion as to provide a fair challenge to the
Look at me
participants.
in the eyes. What
He's
does
saying
the
that as he's looking
tournament
at you in the eye.
actually do?
It provides a variety of randomized challenges
Dimitri will
with,
close his ears and look to Persephone to do the same.
with a variety of specified gauntlets created specifically to test skill, merit, valor, and cooperation.
Do you know about the what is it called? The City of Monsters.
That is an uncharacteristically low title that some have bestowed to our fair organization's stronghold, but yes, I am familiar with the term.
What do you know about it?
It's a slanderization, false warding, for the most part, deception. From what I understand, it's more disgruntlement, I take it, but I don't take it seriously, for what matters.
I will also join you on that inside.
16, yeah, you can't read him. His mask is
He's
obscuring.
that mask. Like, I got that mask. Like, nope, please.
Is there something
Go
the
to-
matter? You seem a bit agitated, concerned. Concerned is the word here. Yes.
I'm
Sorry,
waiting
your
for my
mask is just
insight to
throwing
load.
us off.
Wait. One thing. Ghost, can I do a history check with this behavior?
Sure. What do you want to like when it comes to the behavior of similar priests?
Not just priest, but automaton.
Oh, you're trying to judge if this guy's a robot.
Yeah, I was about to ask something in your head. Go for it.
I mean, that's yeah. All right, you can make a history check for it.
History of perception, which one?
You can make a perception check if you want, or
Alright.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be like too.
well, to his defense, he's extremely well clothed, as to not
Yeah.
reveal any part of his body. But you can't tell. It doesn't sound metallic.
I'm gonna.
Gribot, in your
Everybody's heads like, should we make a small distraction and let one of us kind of get a better, closer look?
No.
yeah,
Issue is there's a chance that even if we do that, the outbounds might just show up again.
yeah, and
Okay.
I even on the like, if I go a simple level here, I just don't think he knows. Like he sounds like he's just like saying all the stuff you're supposed to say about the tournament, you know.
That's what I'm
I
trying
think he
to
might
find
actually
out.
be a robot.
Yeah, there's
Maybe
chance
not.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say to his head, do you actually believe what you're saying?
Ah, yes, very much so. Why? Would you be interested in learning more?
Actually, I am.
Ah, verily and merrily. Now, I am currently not in a position to provide disclosed information as per my occupation within the faith of the revelry, but that does not mean I cannot entice you with information that will give you a leg up against your competition. After all, everyone can use as many advantages as they can get when challenging the variety of encounters within the City of Champions.
Interesting.
Very well, I shall begin. And he begins to give you a speech to entice you into really considering joining the Tournament of Champions. Providing a variety of information that you are already well familiar with due to your travels in the realm.
Yeah.
Question, like, how in depth is he going? Like, is he basically doing like the shallow surface level, or is he actually going into the details that Grim Thought knows from watching?
As
the tournament?
as long as you let him, he's going to go into the details of the deepest kind of speech to get you hooked into, like, interested into going into the tournament.
Right, so he's talking about like the junkyard and stuff.
Yes, he does mention like the main rings. He goes, there. When it comes to entering into the City of Champions, there are three main cogs you need to be specifically capable of overcoming the challenges of. The scrapyard is one such cog, the outer cog of the city, Once you have entered it, it is likely the first place that you're going to be spending your starting moments in. Beyond that, after you have made it through the first true challenge of worth and valor, you will be arriving in the Soulforge ward, where you are likely going to be encountering a variety of challenges based to judge your soul and yourself and your intentions. Of course, we could not allow people with truly vile intent to possibly have access to the generous gift that Averin the Judge provides.
Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna incite that again.
Yeah, of course, go for it. And the last major challenge you should be facing is the Oathbound ward. 13, you can't read them. The Oathbound ward will have you encounter some of the more prominent, recognized, glorified members of the tournament. Even those who have not successfully managed to surpass it in the past, they will be awaiting for you there. As everyone is well waiting for and familiar with, once you enter the City of Champions, unfortunately, exit is only provided for those who manage to succeed. As well as making sure that they have acquired all the wealth and glory that they can amass within. That is yours to obtain and keep as long as you successfully win the tournament. However, if you so fail and desire to leave, I am certain an exception can be made for you while inside tournament grounds.
Grimthod is going to... I'm going to pose this as a question. He's going to first do this. I got a question for this guy, and I want to see how he reacts to it. I just want to check with the order to not maybe push him for stuff and maybe making things a bit dangerous.
Go for it.
I want to ask him about the Soul Forge, and is there a way past it without fighting the dragon at the end?
I don't think we should let him know we know more than whoever who is listening to these priests.
Yeah, because the thing is, I've seen from watching that a lot of groups sort of move away from where they're being watched, but they aren't like taken out or running when they're making their way through there. They somehow manage to sneak by without being knocked out of it, being told, oh, you've been knocked out and you're not in the tournament no more. So I know that that's a thing, that there's a way to do that. But if I ask him about that, it might show how much he knows,
I don't think he will give you any more information on that regard either way.
Yeah. Alright.
And it might risk, the Outbounders.
That's fair. Alright. In that case, I'd say there's not much more we can get from this guy. Honestly, I do just think he doesn't know. I think, like, again, we know that lots of people who can't see what we see just buy into it, I did.
Also his religion, so it's going to cloud his judgment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Right.
this has been the most pleasant, and I give the fakest smile that I can muster.
Oh, I understand, but please, we have missed the point of my presence here. You mentioned that there has been a weapon that has been utilized for the purposes of prolonging warfare.
Yeah.
Now, first off, you showed me that helmet belongs to an Oathbound rider. That is an instrument of the tournament's Oathbound Legion, specifically dedicated to the challenge of glorious adventurers who make it all the way into the Oathbound cog. For the record, Oathbound members usually are not encountered outside tournament grounds. So if you have found one that has lost its helmet, it would be imperative that you return it to tournament to any church dedicated to the tournament's that is having a presence with the section of Oathbound control. That is not my jurisdiction to provide assistance with, however, unfortunately.
I mean, I didn't find it or killed it.
Oh, most unfortunate to hear. Your inconvenience will be taken into consideration. If you have found an oathbound rider outside tournament grounds, we apologize for any inconveniences they may have provided to you, unless if they were sent specifically to provide harm towards any relevant persons within the area you encountered the creature. In which case, the tournament is not liable for divine punishments.
Cool. So yeah, that happened, but yeah, the weapon is another thing from the tournament, and the one who brought it had like a mask like yours, only what they look like they looked all jingly and shit, yeah.
Jingly.
They
Kind
did
of
look,
looking towards the rest.
yeah, they did look different, didn't they?
They look like a jester.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Sorry,
Um,
that's me saying that out of character
Okay.
because Grimpa wouldn't know what a jester is, so he's saying jingly, but I'm reminding the players he looked like a jester.
Yeah. Silver player.
I
has
might
a
also
terrible
not know
memory.
what that is.
Jingly.
They had jester-like qualities.
Yes, I am familiar with the figure you might be referring to. Strange. The Ivory Jester is currently accounted for and present at another location. If that is the case, I will notify my superiors post-haste on this development, and they will bring this to the attention of the relevant wards within our brother organizations. Thank you for informing me on the matter, and we will resolve this post-haste. The last thing we would like, the last thing we want, is to provide an experience that utterly brings misery or ends the lives prematurely of people who are not interested in participating with the tournament's activities or are not actively seeking to join the tournament. That sounds incorrect.
I'm just
Alright,
thinking
well.
to myself,
Wait, what?
and as well as to the party.
It
What do you
sounds
mean that
incorrect.
sounds incorrect?
It sounds incorrect. Such a motion sounds incorrect.
What are
Like,
you gonna say, Kiki?
what you just said sounded incorrect, or what we said?
No, the action of the golem, the soul golem being present.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, like it, like I'm just thinking, wouldn't the tournament be okay with them having more monsters in the City of Monsters? aka if they give the Gavarians the weapon, there would be more people who turn up dead. aka
Yeah.
they will have way more souls to use on their Warforged and as well as on the City of Monsters.
That makes sense to me, but I don't think he gets that. I think he's still not, thinking that the tournament's good is the thing.
Well, even if he knows that, I feel like we will not get anything out of him if we mention that. That
No,
the
no,
souls,
and
souls
we'll
go
also-
towards the tournament.
And we'll also like cause all the shit to pop in from the tournament again.
Well, no, we got the information that the souls go to the tournament without stuff happening. If you guys
That's true.
remember.
As this is happening, Van, you're keeping an eye on him as well as the rest of the group as they're talking among themselves. As you're looking at him, you see him like putting a hand and with an arcane motion, he casts a spell.
I use my sword to block it.
Alright.
You point your sword towards him, and the spell gets countered. Congratulations, you have a 3rd level sending on your sword. As the cleric goes, "Oh dear, why are you pointing your sword at me?"
For a reason you move quickly, and I'm a nervous soul.
Perfectly understandable. Apologies, I did not mean to cause distress. For
So,
what matters?
why are you here?
I heard that that the tournament was mentioned in an unfathomably and dare I say preposterously bad light, and I have come here to investigate, as any good member of the tournament should.
Question: Who are you trying to do the head talkies to?
My superiors, so that they can notify members of our brother section on the activities that you have mentioned.
Cool. All right. Well, let
This
us
needs to be resolved.
let us know how that goes. We're gonna get ready to take the capital, right?
He does not respond to that.
Is that all right?
Of course, mortal engagements are not of the tournament's concern.
Alright.
Krypton, it is
Nice.
just like, I'm pretty sure this guy's a robot.
Nice talking to you now. Goodbye.
Yes, farewell and goodbye. He stands there for a few moments.
Like, if this dude's not a robot, he is a flesh puppet.
Then he
Yeah.
turns around and walks out of the room.
Yeah.
Does he
now,
walk like a robot?
No, he walks like a person.
If we're probably gonna want to, doing this fast was the right answer. If we take too long, he's probably gonna send more shit over from the tournament to fuck with us.
Maybe, but
Possibly.
two more relevant things. All of this is happening in the head because I don't want anyone listening.
Oh yeah, no,
else.
Grimthought did that in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kagain
You're welcome.
or Remparton?
What
Well,
do you mean?
let's get our friends first.
Yeah, let's get our friends back and not.
Up
Here's the thing.
first.
I
Let's
don't
get our
know.
friends first and help take Rampart.
Here's the thing.
The
I
game
don't.
will come and follow.
That thing, yeah. Like, I don't know Kagain, but I feel like he's the kind of guy when someone takes something that belongs to him, he goes,
Mhm.
"No, fuck that. I'm taking it back."
He won't
Could
take
be.
this loss lightly.
Kiki.
Uh,
You see a sword pierce your chest. No, you see a vein, the royal guard captain.
It's always silver.
Avain, the royal guard captain, gives you a quickly written piece of paper.
okay.
You can't read it. It's written.
Which says,
Fuck.
I was notified you are actually looking for a way to help your friends. I know the city well. Even places that are not open knowledge to the people that live here. The palace has many undiscovered passageways.
Cool. That's good to know.
He nods. Looks at the rest of you and takes a couple of steps back, like giving you space again.
What do you have to say?
He might be able to help us. He knows routes that not even the royalty might not know about.
Oh, Kev turns to him and goes like, "Do you know about the tunnels under the castle and shit?"
He
If
nods.
you can give me a wall that, sits behind the dungeons, we could possibly get my friends out, or our friends out.
Oh, cool.
He nods in confusion.
I think he's planning on breaking the wall.
Hmm.
He shakes his head on that.
No. You change the wall. Then I'll have to change it again.
He does a motion of a revolving door, like
Yeah, we're
on the mention of the word wall.
Do you want us to make it where you can talk to us in our heads, or you can just easily explain
I
things, or
I
something?
can also talk to you straight into your head, and you can.
In
find
your
more.
head, he says, there are passageways that connect to the royal palace in the form of false walls. We had them to provide an escape route for the royal family, and we even had a couple of them situated within the dungeon in case that something had occurred that would allow the royal family to escape from the lowest point of the castle. They connect with the underground fairly well.
What about they were held in the dungeons and below the castle, but was it the highest point or the lowest?
It would be the highest point. It would be the entry to the dungeon, so the highest
it is.
security.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the entry point of the royal hall.
Yes.
So basically, we need to go into the lowest point of the dungeon through the basement, and then work our way up to the highest point to find our friends.
Yep.
Did they not just say that the entry point would be the most well guarded?
Yeah, but if we
So
went,
in theory,
you know,
we go from behind.
Exactly. That's what
yeah,
he's
that's what
suggesting.
we're yeah.
Sorry, I'm just getting this all piece by piece. They've been saying it out loud, so I feel smarter about myself.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, yeah.
Good. It's a fair point. Do you think that's possible?
He
I mean-
nods.
All right. Then
He looks over the Coda and just nods.
We could actually start on that.
Hoda will give an
today.
understanding nod back, like, yeah.
If you're ready, then we're ready.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing else to wait around on. So,
In the back, you hear the gruff voice of your grandfather go, "All right." He takes hold of his weapon and puts it over his shoulder. "Let's go then."
yeah. To figure out.
Well.
You best tell your brother that things are moving, because otherwise we ain't gonna get another chance to do it.
All right. Well, I feel sorry for that. Kiki, you want to send him a sending, or I can send him an animal messenger? It's up to you.
Oh.
Mine just has a chance
I-
of getting eaten.
Right. Right. What should I
I
tell
love that that's true.
I would love to send him an animal, and it just gets eaten. I'm like, cool, bro. I'm trying to keep in contact with you. It works two ways, bud. Tell him that we are about to. They are getting ready to attack on the capital. We hope that it draws out. What's his face?
Kicking.
No, not Kikane.
The poison-
What was his name?
poison.
Yeah, no.
Gixus?
It's
Gixus, yeah.
Thank you. Gixus.
You mean this? You mean this beautiful guy? Let
I'm
me get
okay with
open.
not seeing his face.
Welcome to
This
drop
one-
Gixus.
This wonderful bean.
Shaped like a dead man.
Shaped like a friend.
He's not very French-shaped, no.
A horrible, horrible friend.
That we're going to
Christ.
hope to draw Gixus out, and then from there we can take him out together.
Cool.
Like a family.
Like,
It's about family.
It is about family. This whole thing was about family.
Yep.
And we got
Eshington is
roped
about
in,
family.
retaking Ramparton.
Drew in
That's-
the background just goes, "It's about family."
You see
Yeah, I'm
you see
gonna.
a car enters the city.
Damn, I'm gonna do a sending to Edu.
That's actually a fair point.
Brother.
The entirety of Eshington is about family now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, kind of.
Because,
You
like,
think
fuck's
it was joking?
sake.
No, it is about. We came here for family. We're
came
ending it on family.
yeah, like,
It's
we,
an existential crisis because he could have grown up royalty and said, "Oh, shit on him."
yeah,
Yeah.
like, we came here for
Van,
we came
you're
here for
a king
family.
to us.
We broke our alliance with Hertz because of family, and now we're joining hands with Catherine, who is fighting because family. It's all about family.
Yes.
Damn.
Right, so I'm gonna do a sending to Edu.
Now Hertz is gonna be killing most of the House of War after he gets back.
Well, if Hertz is not gonna be killed in the process. The resistance is planning to attack Remparton soon. What did it say? At like at least
Like,
a
I think-
week.
No, she put it
whole-
down to like tomorrow, basically.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, like I will just say soon. Soon.
You can actually nail it down to tomorrow. Catherine is planning on moving tomorrow.
Okay. What did I forgot what I said. Fuck. The queen is planning to attack Rempardon tomorrow. We are planning to get our friends from the inside today.
That part is unnecessary for him to know, but okay.
What was the other one? We're trying to.
We're going to draw at Grixis.
Okay,
Yes.
yes.
The poisoner.
We are getting. No, we are drawing out Kexus and Gagain. And I only have one word left.
Bye.
God loves you. Bye.
Too many words.
If you say fast enough, could you have like 25 words in one word count?
Yeah.
Just one long word.
Yeah. If I don't breathe in between, then it's just one word, right? That's how it works. That's how we do it, at least in
I didn't
Finland.
put no spaces there.
Yeah.
I mean, with this, it's like, let's face it, German is the ideal language for
Sending language.
Yeah.
It is the ideal sending language.
It does. So long as you can understand a language and have a brain, you can understand the message and also reply to it. And that is what happens. You receive a reply in the span of like 5 seconds. You hear Edo's voice in your head go, "What? Okay. I will see what I can do. Tell my brother that I prefer my messages by bird. Do not do this again."
He still has more words.
Edu doesn't like to be talked into his head. I wondered why. And he would prefer birds. But
Yeah,
he said
you. Yeah. To be fair, imagine just living out your day, spending some time doing whatever, and then a random voice pops in your head, gives you 25 words, and then immediately you have to respond, and you don't know what to say, and then half of those words are spent up saying, and not used half of them. It's an awful thing, honestly. I don't like it.
Well, fair, but also the first time I met him, I was a cloud between his floorboards and I spoke to his head, so I think this is improvement.
Yeah.
So like, is that what like when I do it?
I mean,
Yes,
it's
but
like
you
when
also
everyone does it.
you also yell.
Yeah, it's a lot louder when you do it.
That's so you can hear me.
No,
You're real far
no,
away. I gotta
no,
make sure
no,
you can hear me.
No, Crimthon, no.
What?
No. You see, if I stand right next to you and I take a step closer, and now I speak to your head, you can still hear it clearly, and I run to the other side of the room. I am speaking at the same volume, and you can still hear me clearly.
Right, but if I do this, and Grimthod steps 30 feet away, sure, I can't hear you anymore. So you gotta do it louder.
Actually, we can't because we're connected mentally at the moment, but...
Oh, well, okay, that's different.
But also
Oh,
my...
sorry. That's just, spells and magic and whatnot. Don't worry. Everyone has their own thing to do with it.
I thought you couldn't do it when we were further away because you weren't speaking up.
Oh, no, see, I put it on beforehand, and that's why it could just...
No, but
Do
like, when Wordigo used to do it, like, if we got too far away from her, we couldn't hear her in our edge, because, like, I thought it was because she wasn't speaking up, so that's why I thought you had to yell.
No, that's different. That's
Well,
different.
Okay, think about it like this. If you swing your axe, you can only hit what's in front of you, right?
Yeah.
So, in the same way, when she speaks, you can only speak so far, and once you walk outside of that range, she can no longer speak to you.
Right, so you gotta throw the axe.
Well, no. She is throwing her axe, and that's as far as she can throw it.
Right, but if you want to be heard further, you got to throw the axe further.
And not everyone can do that. Some people actually can. But sadly, Kiki cannot throw her axe voice further.
Right.
Only
so,
select
Thank
few
you,
individuals can.
Dimitri. Thank you so much.
I can't either yet do that.
but yeah, so like, if you want to
Dimitri?
make sure.
Ask Dimitri if you wanted to bet on that.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me.
If you want to make
It's
sure
a couple levels away.
if you want to
Don't
make
forget
sure
level
that
up.
if you want to make sure that your axe goes further, you gotta throw it harder with like more strength, right? So like
Mhm.
that's why I yell.
Ah. But what if I also told you when you cast that spell, it's also like talking to them when they're up in your axe range? So you don't technically need to yell? They can hear you.
That kind of like squints like, but they're real far away though.
Mhm.
Thinking about
when
like
you use the
this.
spell, they're super close.
Think about it like this, and I make a illusion of tiny Crimthought in front of him. You're right there, yes. And then the
Yeah.
tiny Crimthought starts running really fast towards me. Now he's really close to me, so he can tell me what he needs to tell me.
The Grimthought here is small, but the Grimthought over there is far away. Small? Far away.
Oh no, I've created another problem.
Let's see, I think I had it with the instant axe thing.
I give the tiny Crimthought a tiny axe.
Yes. See, as I was saying, when you cast a spell sending, it just imagine them like 5 feet in front of you, and then say what you want to say. Short and very specifically, a very make your intent. No, make.
Make your tent. No, that's not gonna work.
It's like, oh, how do I dumb this down even further? Just get your point across
Right.
with this few words.
Get my point
But-
across.
Also, imagine if they were 5 feet in front of you.
Get my point across with my axe.
No.
With your voice
No.
axe when you cast the spell.
Grimthought, your grandfather puts a hand on your shoulder.
Yeah.
When you were talking to someone and you want them to listen to you, you speak to draw their attention.
Yeah, that's
Shake.
what I get.
No. A loud and intimidating face and sound of voice can have as much of an impact as someone who speaks to the soul, to the heart. Try not
Hey,
to deafen the drums of their ears, and they will not heed you. Deafen their heart, and they will have no choice but to listen.
This is the funniest misunderstanding of what's going on here. Grimdot, how about we go in the other room and you message your grandfather and see what happens?
Oh well, I'm shaving them for today.
Yeah, we
But
might actually need to save those spells.
Yeah.
yeah, because well, I got Shaman. I gotta do the head talking shit, but
Let's burn up all our spell slots, teaching them about indoor voice.
looks to Drew and goes, I think I can't get what you're saying. I'll think about it. Thanks.
Grimthought has now acquired even louder sending.
He's acquired something. But yeah.
He's acquired the ability to give migraine through sending.
You see
Alright.
pride in your grandfather? Like you've never seen in your time in the tribe.
Alright, all that
Oh,
aside.
sounds like someone wants to be a teacher.
All that aside, are we heading out today or tomorrow?
Today.
And if we are heading out today, we got to tell
Today.
the queen that's what we're doing, right?
Yes.
Turns to the captain guards like, you work for her, you mind telling her we're heading out today and we can get ready to go?
Should I prepare the disguises again, or... Oh wait,
I
you threw them out.
think we're going into the basement. I think they're gonna know we're not supposed to be
Well-
there, mate.
Wait,
Yeah, right.
isn't the captain coming with us?
I mean, they're gonna show us the way, but I don't think they probably needed fighting with the queen, right?
Possibly.
Well,
What is your plan?
Yeah, this is towards the captain of the guard, by the way.
Yeah, it's towards Captain of the Guard.
He writes down and hands the paper to you.
You know, use the full, look. I'm not gonna. It's not
he
your
keeps-
writing. I
he
have
keeps
a
writing.
horrible time reading. Just the Kiki, please.
Closes the paper and looks over to Kiki.
yes.
I can get you into the city and close to the palace. From there, from underneath, you can enter into the dungeon hold. It is up to you to traverse and find the captives and bring them out. Once you do, we will need a getaway.
Oh, that's...
If you have
That's
if you have
easy
any
for
way
us.
if you have any way of getting us all out of there, I would appreciate it.
I look at Coda.
Is there any trees nearby?
Not many.
Well, that's the thing. We're gonna need a tree nearby.
Or to turn into smoke.
That, I believe, takes a while.
Does it take a minute to transform as well?
Let's have a look.
It takes a minute to cast.
Okay, so that's a
Right.
slow solution.
Did I also prepare? Dimitri kind of just shrugs like, I mean, I have a circle of teleportation.
I
Oh,
also have
you should-
teleportation circle, but that's slow as well.
Yes.
He says in your mind if you ask him, I have heard the legends of such magic. If you can perform it, then we will be out of there safely.
As
So
long as we...
we'll use a nearby tree. I don't think that'd be too far, right?
Hey, Woodigo, can you do the quick jump thing? Yeah, where like you kind of make a door and jump through real quick.
Yes, but I can only take one person with me.
I can do a person too. Boldigo, can you do that?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, so that's like 6 people.
That's 6 people.
Huh.
You don't have enough. Sadly.
Well, we could go in with only 3 of us. No, we still need him, so we
We still need a way out.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work.
No, but we also need the guard, the captain guard with us.
Well, what if maybe we set up a minor distraction?
What are you thinking?
Maybe make it a way for them not to follow us? Bide some time? Lots of possibilities.
Just kind of thumbs towards the camp, just like, are you thinking doing what we did there again?
Well, I mean, maybe some illusionary walls. Maybe a wall of force or a wall of stone. You need those.
Well,
really
we
work.
we could also, if there are no trees nearby, you could also leave behind to start casting the teleported circle when we tell you to, and we're then gonna just run to you.
I mean, that could work, and then we teleport back. I should put a sending to my wife. Very mean.
We will teleport to any circle that you know, I suppose, but then we can get away from there.
So
Yeah.
are we thinking set up a teleportation circle here and then have Dimitri set one up there kind of as a relay point kind of thing?
No, we don't have a year to do that.
Yeah, we don't have a year to do that, but we can go to, for example, Magiana and then teleport from there.
Ah, right, yeah. fair
I
enough.
will prefer to go to my house, actually. No offense. I don't want to pay the fee.
We could also go to.
The fee lady is very stingy and good at her
I-
job. And
I
do
know.
not want to go through that.
I know, but if you've ever been to the college one, we could go there. They're not very happy when I do it, but they let it pass. Then there's one in the fuck, what is it called? The other one that we go all the time.
The college?
No, the other one.
What's the other one?
In in the guild hall.
Oh, the Soul's Harsh expedition.
Yes.
There is that one, but
They
I
did
don't know.
give us the permission to use that one.
Alright, so we're thinking we go in, buy Baldigo a minute to make the circle, and then we all jump out through that, yeah?
I'll just have it ready for you when you get back, and then we'll just pop out.
Can you hold the portal just open? No, because the duration.
No, it's
is only
duration one round.
Yeah.
So we have to time it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is it possible that I cast the spell slower than normal?
I don't think so.
I mean, if I cast it, I need to... never mind, because it's not a ritual spell.
That's what I'm saying. It's not ritual. I could use an action to cast it, but it's not a
Fuck.
ritual.
It still takes a minute to cast, but oh well.
You know what? Dimitri will cut himself and cast Create Homunculus. Just like,
What the fuck?
and the blood will just morph into a eye blob with wings and hands.
Cast the spell in the chat first of all. So Dimitri, what do you cut yourself out of curiosity? Just your palm?
Yeah.
All right. From the palm of your hand, you take out the
Like a-
dagger and slash. And as you do, a couple of droplets fall onto the ground.
There you go.
And from those droplets, they like drop to the floor, and then they bounce up, leaving the stain behind. And then they drop again, blop, 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 blop. And as they multiply from the blood, a hand just splots out until you realize it's not a hand; it's a wing that grabs down and pulls the rest of the body out. As a tiny, homunculus, grey, constructed creature with a large, fleshy eyeball emerges from the puddle and starts flapping around.
So I'll note, the spell cast takes an hour to cast.
Yep, I'll take the hour to cast it.
Yeah, basically, it's just like a quick cut, and this thing plops around for a while, just fucking trying to get out of the puddle.
Don't worry, you'll see what I'm doing here in a bit.
You have to
As he
encourage.
comes out-
You have to encourage it for the entire hour to make it out.
Come on, David.
Come on,
You
buddy!
got
I
this.
know you can do it!
You can
Jesus
form together,
Christ.
David.
Come on! Push! Push! Push!
What the hell am I watching?
Okay, well, since we got an hour,
Creature's just like
is there anyone
life
else
in
I
action.
need to contact?
I think the major one was just Edu.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll have him be basically like roughly around a minute to give me enough time to cast the spell and get us out of there.
Sure. As you consider casting it, as such, we're gonna close the chapter for today here.
Yep.
Hey, before we go, can I get another short rest to get my one spell slot back?
Five.
Of course.
Fuck yeah. Let's go.
5
Hold on.
damage off the 34.
You do also have a Rod of the Pack Keeper, just FYI.
I know, but it's like I have 4 spell slots in a fight. It's great.
What do you mean?
The greed of players. Or maybe
You
well,
could have more.
or maybe it is well-adjusted curiosity and fear that I have curated over years of running this game. Who knows?
Eh,
More or less that Silver has an issue with her characters dying constantly.
What do
And
you
forever.
mean? The last time I died was like 3 years ago!
Okay, let's
But,
fix
you know,
that.
I'm still impressed.
We can fix
And
that.
it's because I made a really, really stupid decision, and Jen was like, you know what? I'll have you make this one. And there just happened to be a breeze right around the corner. Anyways.
Anyways, now with the end of our session, I would like to be the first to say, by the time of the 28th of January, 2023, Wizards of the Coast has answered the pleas of the TTRPG community, and apparently, it has happened. OGL 1 is not getting changed. In fact, it remains open, and 5.1 is going to remain open as well for Creative Commons. As is the announcement that has happened no more than a couple of hours ago. This is just for the information of everyone here.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they did it. They decided to not be the bad guys, and by that I mean not be stupid.
Well,
With this
not
news
be
in
stupid
tow,
anymore.
with this stupids in tow, what? With these news in tow, we're gonna call the session here. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing.
Alright.
You for running the game?
Silver, close it before he starts singing. Please, I am begging you.
Okay.
He doesn't